For real this time. Here we are. We're live. Good
Oh,
evening, ladies. I just like to do that to us. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Monkey in the Morning. I'm your host, the Ranting Monkey. He's Jack. Say hi, Jack.
hi everybody.
Jack, how you doing tonight, man?
Yeah, doing okay. How are you?
Oh, I'm wonderful, man. It's a good day. We
Yeah,
we would have done this show around 9 o'clock tonight, but it was storming here in Michigan. We had a late October thunderstorm. I I I was actually shocked when I heard it. I'm like, there's no way it's thundering out. And then I saw the cat and I'm like, oh yeah, it is.
that's just a build up to snow,
Oh yeah, we're actually last I heard, we're expecting at least a dusting on Halloween because of course we are.
and that's why Michigan sucks,
The
among
state of
other reasons.
Michigan hates children.
Yes, obviously.
And not just the government, the actual state itself. The land. You know what it is? You know what it is? It's because we took it from the Indians and they put some kind of curse on it.
I'm pretty sure that's West Virginia's excuse. Michigan's it's shaped like a glove, but it was supposed to be shaped like a middle finger.
Uh, we could make that happen. We have land carving technology. We could do that.
Oh, I have no doubt. Give China time though; they'll sort it all out.
Yeah. How come none of the islands they're making over there are in any cool shapes?
I don't know.
They're just blobs. China, what are you doing? You guys, you could like make a cool hammer and sickle or stars and handcuffs or something, get creative.
Yeah, you would think, but they're not like Dubai, where
Or spell
they don't
out
try.
fuck Taiwan or something.
Oh, that'd be funny.
Yeah,
Or
wouldn't it? I mean, have some fun with it. You have the technology, do something with it. Damn. Speaking of technology, Jack, that kind of kicks off our first story tonight. Um, YouTube got the got Michigan State, not University of Michigan. It was the University of Michigan State game at Michigan State, and YouTube kind of got Michigan State in trouble because Michigan State stole YouTube footage.
why?
Well, that's the $1 million question. So what happened was before the show, they have their, jumbotrons up there before the game, not the show, sorry. They have the jumbotrons up there and they're filling time like they do before movies and stuff.
Uh-huh.
Well, they stole some YouTuber who makes these trivia videos. And one of the things that pops up is a picture of Adolf Hitler for the trivia question, where was Adolf Hitler born? You know where he was born, right?
Austria.
Austria. Yes, that's the right answer. But nobody's paying any attention to that. All anybody is paying attention to is they put Hitler on the big screen. This is a controversy that's going on right now, and it's going to cost somebody their job. Not because he stole from people. No, 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 no. They had no right to use this content. And when this story first breaks, they actually come out and they say, this was the fault of a third party we worked with.
They're gonna blame the YouTuber.
Yeah, that's how they started it. Except it turns out, yeah, the guy had nothing to do with it. And he even came out and made a statement like, it's funny that they blame it on a third party when they're stealing my shit.
Yeah.
I'm paraphrasing that because I think I'm more angry about it than he is.
Yeah, I'd be pretty irritated, honestly, because you put all that work into the video and then they're just gonna show it to hundreds of thousands of people and you get nothing. They're not even gonna acknowledge you.
Nope. And when they did, they're like, yeah, fuck that guy. It was his fault, not ours. Well, their newest story is that that there's one person who works for the university. I probably should have brought the story on the screen, but I don't care right now. I'll throw it into chat if you guys want to read. This is the New York Post story on it. I've seen it in a couple of places. This is an update to the story actually, because they've suspended somebody with pay pending investigation because he's the one who decided to put it on the jumbotron.
It's a trivia question. Who fucking cares?
Yeah, that's my problem with it. If they were going to do this and like, hey, we're going to fire you because you're stealing people's content. All right, that makes sense to me.
Yeah.
But we're going to possibly fire you because you had a trivia question on the screen. They weren't cheering for Adolf Hitler.
Oh, excuse me.
Bless you. They were asking, hey, where's he from? They had a whole lot of questions on there. It's actually a interesting YouTube channel if you like trivia. He has all kinds of trivia videos over there that they're done just like the ones that you might see before a movie, except for they're not all just based on bad movies that existed over the years.
Yeah.
Do I have that, guys? I thought I had his link brought up. My bad.
This is fucking.
I was going to throw his
man.
link in there since the Michigan State assholes wouldn't give him any kind of props. I'll do it. It's called the Quiz Channel. And this is the actual one, the thing that I'm putting into. I can't. This got music in it, and we don't do the music thing.
Yeah.
But this is the actual one that there we go, that they showed at Michigan State. I'll show the screenshot of it though. This is what was on the board, Jack, that so offended everybody. This right here. Like they put a picture of Hitler up and there's stuff going on in Israel right now. Did you know it? And some dude's going to lose his job over that. Not for stealing, which he probably should lose his job for, but because of this.
That's fucking dumb. It's a trivia question. What, you can't ever talk about World War II? That's stupid.
Well, their big complaint is that they put a picture of Hitler up there. So maybe if you asked the question but had a picture of, I don't know, Mussolini up there instead, or Stalin or something like that, it'd be okay. It just can't be a picture of Hitler.
I don't understand what the controversy is other than this guy stole somebody else's work.
Literally, the controversy is that they put up a picture of Hitler.
Yeah, that's a non-controversy.
I agree 100%.
Your life is way too comfortable if you find this something to be up in arms about. This is fucking dumb.
But if you guys like trivia, it is a fun little way to pass time. I watched a couple of them, Jack, and went through them. I got almost everything right.
Yeah, I've seen channels similar to this before, and they're usually pretty cool, but I don't really have that much time to waste.
I did get one wrong, but only because the question was wrong.
Oh, was it phrased
the
poorly,
question
or did they
is,
just get it wrong?
No, the question is, what was the original name of the Snickers bar before it was changed in 1990?
Snickers didn't change their name in 1990.
They did, but not in the United States.
Oh, that's shitty.
And it's not specified on there. Whoever got the question, I'm guessing they're from England, because in 1990, the Mars company took the Snickers brand and made it universal. They got rid of what was called the Marathon bar over there. The Marathon bar over here was a completely different thing. Apparently, I don't even remember it.
I don't either.
So that's
before our time.
That's the only one I really remember getting wrong, but that was a bullshit question because it doesn't apply in the United States.
Here's a fun bit of trivia. In the late 80s, early 90s, I went to Canada a couple times for summer vacation. We went camping up there.
Mm-hmm.
They have the Mars bar up there, but it's in a brown or almost dark brown wrapper.
Really?
There were no almonds in it.
Wait, how do you have a Mars bar with no almonds?
That's what I said. And they've gotten rid of the Mars bar entirely. Now it's Snickers with almonds.
I'm not the biggest fan of Mars bars in general, but
fucking love the Mars bar. It was delicious. But I got up there and I'm like, oh, Mars bar, cool. Oh, it's got a different wrapper. Where's the almonds?
I like almonds in my regular Hershey bar thing, but that's it. I'm not a big almond fan, especially not Greg almond, because see what I did there?
I got it.
Thanks. There's kids in the audience going, who? Don't worry about it. Old hippie, doesn't matter.
Dirty hippie.
I amuse myself, people. Okay. So, Jack, we're here to talk tonight about one of our favorite people who we haven't got a chance to speak about in a while, not at any depth. And depth might be the wrong word for this lady. Our favorite ever, I think I speak for both of us, White House spokesperson. Well, at least our favorite Black lesbian White House spokesperson that's ever been.
Yeah, Sideshow Bob. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, pay no attention to the fact that she's the only Black lesbian that's ever been in that position, but
We don't know that.
We do.
I have had my suspicions for many, many years about that dude that worked for George Bush.
I would not be shocked if he was a lesbian, but he wasn't Black.
We don't know that. He could have been wearing peach makeup.
Could have been albino.
Yeah, he might have been
you're right.
passing or in disguise.
And as far as I know, was that Spicer? No, that was I'm trying to. There's so many of them that have gone through that position, and most of them suck because
I can't remember his name. Fleischer or something like that.
Their job is literally professional liar, which is really sad that that's what it's become. Which is why Kayleigh McEnany pissed so many people off, because she was just like, "You want to know the truth? Here you go."
Yeah, and she had all the documentation to back it up.
Now, Corinne, I don't know if we're going to be able to hear the question, so I will repeat the question after it's asked, and then we'll let her answer. This might be the dumbest thing we've ever heard her say, Jack.
It definitely ranks up there.
All right, so here's the question. Like I said, I will repeat it after it's asked.
Level of concern right now about the potential rise of anti-Semitism in light of everything that's going on in Israel.
Okay, I don't know if you could see that. I do need to stop right there. Did you see her? Because we're on my bad internet, so it might have been kind of jumpy. But her little dismissive head nod that she gives right there.
Yeah, I've seen this clip, so I know what you're talking about.
When I saw that, the question, guys, is there a concern about the rise of anti-Semitism in the United States, violence against Jews with the anti-Semitism because of what's going on overseas? And she gives this kind of dismissive, "Oh, yeah, I guess I'll answer this question." Could you just say fuck Jews and be done with it?
She really seems to want to.
And she kind of does.
Yeah, well, I mean,
all right, so
leftist, so
there's the question. Is there a concern about rise in violence with anti-Semitism because of what's going on in Israel?
So a couple of things. We have not seen any credible threats. I know there's been always questions about credible threats.
I need to stop her right there. This might be the first time we've seen a question about anti-Semitism asked and them not go, "Oh my God, they're all going to die." But usually that's because they're trying to paint something that Trump said as Jew-bashy.
Yeah. Even though his daughter's married to a Jewish guy.
Yeah. But here suddenly thought, hey, look, calm down. There's been no extra violence against the Jews, all right? There's not even credible threats, okay? All right, fair enough. But then she gets dumb.
And so just want to make sure that that's out there. But look, Muslim and those perceived to be Muslim have endured a disproportionate number of hate-fueled attacks.
Yep, that's what she said. She was asked about the rise in violence against Jews, and she came back with, Muslims have endured a disproportionate amount of attacks, which, by the way, it's not even true. It's not even true.
No, and the stats don't back her up at all. I like how she effectively just said, rise in anti-Semitism, Muslims most affected.
Yes, she did. For fuck's sake, lady, here you go. No, that's not a concern of ours. Or yes, that's something we're looking into, and we're going to do our best to make sure that the communities are kept safe. There you go. It's a very simple answer. And given that she started out going, there's no credible threats, your answer was, no, we're not really worried about that. And you come back with the Muslims? Really?
Well, Islamophobia is a very serious thing, Monkey, because it's almost fictional. So
You have retards marching through our streets. There was one tonight in New York on the side of the fucking terrorists. Some dude put up a video. Nobody wants war, and he shows all these videos of people marching through the streets, and every group of people is carrying Palestinian flags. I'm like, I feel like it's not so much they don't want war, is they don't want the Jews to win.
yeah.
And maybe I'm reading a little too much into that.
No, that's pretty much what I got out of it too.
The balls on this lady to come back with that answer. Okay, a couple of things. There is no violence, but the Muslims are getting the worst violence. Yeah, fuck the Jews, and I'm going to a Michigan State game. See what I did? I called that back to Hitler. Never mind. All right, let's. She goes on. She tries to clean it up.
And certainly President Biden understands that many of our Muslim, Arab Americans and Palestinian American loved ones and neighbors are worried about the hate being directed at their communities. And that is something you heard the president speak to in his.
You asked about anti-Semitism, twat.
Yeah, why is she now talking about the Muslims?
For fuck's sake.
In his address just last Thursday. And so one of the things that the president has done is directed his team, Homeland Security team, to prioritize prevention and disruption of any emerging threats that could harm the Jewish, the Muslim, Arab Americans, or any other communities. And that is something
Except
that the
the
president
Christians.
has.
Yeah, not the Christians. No, fuck the Christians, man.
Yeah, if you're Catholic, the feds are spying on you. So
yeah, they're that new guy at your church, he works for the feds.
Yeah, he does not want to get to know you. He's going to try and sell you C4 and then arrest you.
Hold a flashlight to his skin real tight for a second, pull it back, and it will glow.
Absolutely.
Sought to do, and since day one, as you know, the president ran on bringing protecting communities, obviously, but bringing people together, protecting the soul of the nation.
I don't think even she knows what she's saying at this point.
No, she's just gibberish. It's just a bunch of talking point phrases that they throw out there. Soul of the nation, kitchen table issues, Islamophobia bad. Stop asking us difficult questions.
All right, I just want to go back so we can hear that in all of its glory. Listen to this babbling bullshit.
Sought to do, and since day one, as you know, the president ran on bringing protecting communities, obviously, but bringing people together, the soul, protecting the soul of the nation. And so
she picked up Biden's stutter.
Right?
His stutter's contagious.
Soul of the nation, democracy, 1,000 points of light.
That is something that the president takes very, very seriously. And we're going to continue to denounce any sort of hate towards any American here. And so that's what we're going to continue to be steadfast on. Again, he has directed his Homeland Security team to make sure that they're on.
You know what she reminds me of there? She reminds me of bad YouTube videos where the person is trying to draw it out, so they just keep repeating the same stupid phrase over and over again in like 4 different ways.
Oh, yeah.
And I hate those. I hate those because they'll always like, before we get into this, we're going to get right into this video. And when we get into this video, like, just show the fucking video.
Yeah, stop talking.
Stop babbling about what you're going to show me and show me.
You know what she reminds me of in that pause face? She reminds me of, well, it's hard, yeah. She reminds me of Ziggy from Lazy Town.
I don't know Ziggy from Lazy Town, but you said
Oh.
Ziggy. That's the first time I've thought of Ziggy in forever.
Yeah, well, here we are.
The little bald dude with big nose and big feet.
That's funny too. But no, hold on. I'll pull up a picture of Ziggy so you can see how much he looks like her from that angle.
All right. You guys know who Ziggy is, right? Whatever happened to Ziggy? He was huge when we were kids.
Oh yeah, it was on everything.
They had like little plushies everywhere, and
It's like the Garfield window things. It just kind of went away.
oh, yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, see the flatness of the face.
Back over here, yeah. You're right.
Yeah, it's creepy, isn't it? This puppet from a kid's show.
It just needs to have that Sideshow Bob hair added to it, and maybe darken up the pigment a little bit, and it look like her.
Exactly. Yes, the retarded looking kid. He looks kind of Downsy evolved. Ziggy was a comic strip character as well, but the character I'm referencing is from a kid's show. My ex-girlfriend had a kid, and she was letting that play 24/7 for the kid because it was kid's favorite show.
Somebody in chat asked, "Who's Ziggy?" Really, you make me sad. You don't know what have we done to the kids, Jack?
Oh my God, so many things.
That's Ziggy. You guys don't know Ziggy? Fuck.
Oh yeah, we're forgetting Ziggy Stardust. Good point, atheist.
No, I'm not forgetting Ziggy Stardust. I refuse to acknowledge it.
You are so mean.
I like women.
You're allowed to like women and still know who Ziggy Stardust is.
I know who it is. I just don't acknowledge it because I like women.
See, everybody forgot about the cartoon of Ziggy.
I know what happened with that. Ziggy was cool. We need to bring him back. I'm guessing like his artist died or something.
Probably.
Huh. Too bad that you know what? Now, see, this is going to be my fault. We're going to get a Ziggy movie in the next 5 years, and it's going to be just absolute trash.
Yeah, it'll be all woke.
Ziggy will be black, have a limp,
yeah,
and a gay boyfriend who's actually a woman. It'll be funny as hell, but it'll just destroy my childhood.
Yeah. Well, the same thing will happen with Calvin and Hobbes eventually.
Eventually, yeah. I was never the hugest Calvin and Hobbes fan. I like Calvin, but I kind of wanted to kick that little kid's ass.
Yeah, I mean he was funny, but the tiger was funnier, Hobbes. But
Hobbes was great. Calvin was an asshole.
Yeah, Calvin was just like very ADHD. I was a big Far Side fan.
I like Far Side. I like Outland. When Far Side went away.
Yeah, Outland was okay.
Yeah, Outland was a little bit different. They eventually made it into Far Side, or not Far Side. Far Side's the one, the single ones. What's the one that Outland came from?
Bloom County.
Bloom County, thank you.
Yeah.
They eventually just turned it into Bloom County.
Yeah.
And it was still fun. I always liked that because my brother was a big fan.
Okay, a little lefty for me, but
I have a big book of both, or all three of them, Calvin and Hobbes, Far Side, and Outland around here somewhere. I like the collections you can buy.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, not Outlander. It was called Outland. With Bill the Cat and what was the Opus, right? The
Penguin.
The Penguin. You don't see them around as much anymore either.
It got too political.
It was always political.
Yeah, but the nuance and subtlety became less and less as time went on.
It was better than Doonesbury, which was just
that's not hard.
Smug, elitist, leftist shit.
Yeah, Doonesbury was the leftist Frasier.
Doonesbury was the Daily Show of its time. The Jon Stewart Daily Show of its time. Just all up its own ass.
Yeah.
Anyhow, so there's Jean-Pierre telling us how much the anti-Semitism is hurting the Muslims. Look, you actually can be anti-Semitic against Muslims.
Yeah,
Because-
well, those Semitic people
Yeah,
technically.
the Semites are not just Jews. It's kind of become how the only way we use anti-Semitism, though.
Yeah.
But and she knew damn good and well what she was being asked. She was being asked about Jews, and she came back with, "But the Muslims." Did I miss something? Was there another fake hijab grabbing or hijab? Hajib? How do you say? Is it hijab? Did I say it
Hijab,
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
It
you said
sounded
right.
wrong when it came out of my mouth.
Oh.
Sounded like high job or okay. But did we have another fake Muslim hate crime?
Not yet.
Did I sleep through one of those?
Not that I know of.
We did have another police shooting the other day that we didn't talk about. I forget the guy's name. The one who choked the cop.
Yeah. Guy that was wrongfully imprisoned for like 18 years and then decided.
It was 16 years. He was
16.
wrongfully thrown in jail for a armed robbery he did not commit. And that's fucked up. It really is.
Super fucked up.
But he was a career criminal. I mean, the reason he got as long as he did is because he had already been busted for robbery before. It's what got him on their radar.
Yeah, he had a pretty lengthy criminal record.
And he gets out of prison, and he's out for a couple of years, and he gets killed by a cop on the highway the other day.
Yep.
And of course, everybody like, "Oh my God, I can't believe they did this to him."
It's retaliation. And then the body cam footage and the dash cam footage come out.
And then the footage came out, mostly the dash cam, because that's where you really get to see it.
Yeah.
The cop pulls him over for going 100 miles an hour. I saw one liberal who's like, they said they pulled him over for reckless driving. He wasn't weaving in and out of traffic. Let me help you guys out with something here. In most states, there is a speed at which simple speeding becomes reckless driving.
And it's usually pretty close to 100 miles an hour.
It's usually about 15 miles over the speed limit, whatever the speed limit is in that area. It could be 40 miles an hour if you're in a 10. So unless he's like in a state with no speed limit, 100 miles an hour is definitely reckless driving.
What?
Yeah. So the cop pulls him over and is yelling for him to get out of the car, and he gets out of the car. It's actually a truck, belligerent as fuck, screaming and yelling at the cop. And the cop's like, "Bring your ass back here. Put your hands on the back of the truck." And he finally does. And when he tells him that he's going to arrest him, the guy attacks the cop. He gets tased twice. And he's choking the cop, going, "You like that, bitch? You like that, don't you, bitch?" Or something like that. Talking mad shit, choking the cop. And the cop finally shot him. And they're like, "I can't believe this happened. Another black man just cut down in the prime of..." I mean, that cop deserved to be choked.
It was a sex thing they were doing together.
I found out about this because of some lefty on Twitter. Somebody sent me the video. And when I watched the first part of it, I'm like, there's got to be more to this, because he just tells the story about him, going to jail and then coming out and then getting killed by this cop. No details about the arrest at all with that one. And then it's followed up. There's a follow-up video to it where the guy's like, "Look, even seeing the video cam actually makes it even more understandable that he was choking this cop. It's less defensible that the cop shot him." Like, I don't think we watched the same video. When somebody's choking a cop, I'm going to be on the cop's side when the cop shoots him. I don't want to see people killed by the cops, Jack.
No, but some people, they bring it on themselves.
This guy, it was reckless driving. At worst, he's going to get, what, 60 days in county, and that's if they really throw the book at him? And that's if they go hard at him for it. Otherwise, it's a ticket, points on his license, and some driving training.
Yeah.
And got his ass killed for it. That was suicide by cop. I don't think it was suicide by cop. I think he's just an angry man who Like, you're not taking me back to the big house. They weren't taking you to the big house, jackass. You were going to get fingerprinted and released. Fuck. Not like the first time that happened.
Yeah.
But again, we have another, one of those heroes, Jack. What?
They seem to really worship criminals.
Uh-oh.
What? What?
Rumble, did we just lose you guys? And now it says I just got a pop-up telling me that there was an issue with the Rumble stream, and then it went away.
Seems okay.
All right. It popped up and told me that the key was wrong, which is weird for it to do half an hour into the show. All right. As long as it's still up, we're good. It's just it just popped up and fucked with me.
I don't know.
Anyway, Jack. Yeah, don't choke the police. They have a right to shoot you at that point. Sorry.
Yeah, they get a little bitchy about it when you choke them.
Yeah. And it's a little bit understandable, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. I don't like being choked, blah, blah, blah.
You take it like a man, pussy. Isn't that what that prosecutor out there in Kenosha would have been like? Was it Kenosha? Yeah.
Yeah, it was Kenosha.
Rittenhouse?
Rittenhouse.
Hey, everybody gets choked from time to time. Just take it like a man.
You just got to take your choking.
Take it. I do wonder what that guy thought was going to happen. Like the cop was going to be, all right, you can go.
I guess.
Once you get to the point of choking a cop, I mean, maybe at that point it is just like, all right, fuck it. I don't care about anything anymore. I don't want to assume his motives, but there was no reason for him to die, but it was all his fault.
Yeah, that's just dumb. Like, what were you thinking? Like, learn to control your anger, first of all. Obviously, he's not going to now, but you'd think he'd have a better handle on just take the ticket, dude.
Well, a lot of the times I see people getting in bad interactions with cops. I blame them to begin with anyway. If I fuck up, Jack, I'm speeding or something, and a cop comes to my window, I'm very polite.
That helps with they're not likely to stack on more bullshit if you're nice to them.
I don't admit I was doing anything wrong. Like they walk out like, what's the problem, officer? Do you know how fast you're going? I honestly was going the speed limit. Well, that's not what we got. Oh.
I don't answer questions. Sorry, officer. I don't answer questions.
I'll flat out lie to him. I was going the speed limit. But if you're just polite, typically they're polite back. It's like, hey, I got a job to do. And hey, look, I don't have to shoot you now. Beautiful.
Yeah.
I appreciate you not shooting me. And he's like, I appreciate you not choking me. It's a give and take, Jack. It's a give and take.
Yeah. They do tend to like it when you don't attack them.
99% they're belligerent. I've been pulled over 5 times in my life, and I've not had one belligerent cop.
Well, I've had a couple. It's usually
you had a belligerent cop.
What?
I'm shocked.
Yeah, well, I mean,
I don't mean to put it on you, but
no, I'm usually very, very nice because there's no point in being a dick. It's not going to get you anywhere except more tickets. They're going to start looking for stuff then. But yeah, I just have bad luck with people in general. But yeah, there's a lot of people that are just assholes out there. And it's true of any job.
Oh, Faithless says not the cops, the people having bad interactions. Yeah, for the most part, yes. Not always. Yeah. There are some where they're not. Like that one, I think he was in the Marines who got pulled over at that one. He doesn't pull over immediately. He follows the law 100%. He throws on his flashers and goes to a brightly lit place, which happened to be a gas station.
It was also like a mile down the road.
Yeah. But the law says to the nearest lit up place, and that's what he did. And the cops treated him like absolute garbage while he's like, I don't understand why y'all are being so hostile right now. He was calm the whole time, and good on him, because if he wasn't, he probably got his ass shot in that situation.
Yeah.
But I did have one cop that annoyed me. It was when I got my seatbelt ticket, because it was a female cop, there was a male and a female, and the female's like, "Do you understand that if you got in an accident, you flew out of your car and died, I'd be the one to have to go tell your family.
That sounds
Like,
like
wouldn't
a
you have to
you
go tell
issue.
them if I died with my seatbelt on? That's part of your fucking job, asshole. Don't put that on me."
Yeah,
I'm against seatbelt laws, honestly. I think you should wear your seatbelt. I just don't think you should have to wear your seatbelt.
hey, it makes a lot of money for the state.
It really does.
Same
'Cause
with
people
helmet laws. If you want to ride your motorcycle without a helmet and die, I don't give a shit. That's on you, not on me.
Yeah, this would be back in what, 1990, probably 7, and it was a $75 ticket at the time.
Oof.
Yeah, it was not a cheap ticket. Yeah. After you went through my wallet, I'm not sure what we're talking about there. But no, yeah, just be nicer to the police and they'll be nicer to you, and you guys can both get on your way, and then fight that shit in court. Just don't do it in the street. You're going to get shot. And stop sticking up for shitbags who attack police.
Stop making heroes out of scumbags. It's not a good idea. It's not productive, and it's definitely not healthy.
Chris Rock, how to not get your ass kicked by the police. Did he do a bit on that?
I'm pretty sure he did, yeah.
All right, Jack, we got to talk about this stupid shit. I'm not happy with the Supreme Court today.
Oh, yeah?
The Supreme Court heard a brief challenge, and this is just to the stay on Missouri versus Biden.
Okay.
And they've agreed to hear the full case, but they put a stay on the order blocking the federal government from working with social media companies to silence us.
Oh, yeah, I don't like that.
Until the case can be heard.
Which could be 5 years from now.
Nope. They did agree to take it up this term. But this term runs until June.
So we're still going to get censored all through the election?
Yep, right up until the general starts, at least, yeah. And maybe even after that. There were 3 dissenters. It was Gorsuch, Alito, and Thomas. And they were like, this is fucking stupid. Why are you doing this? Who was it? Alito wrote, "Today, a majority of the court, without undertaking a full review of the record and without any explanation, suspends the effect of an injunction until the court completes its review of this case, an event that may not occur until late in the spring of next year." Yeah. If they were going to actually issue some kind of ruling on this part, they should have at least heard it instead of just going, we'll listen to that later.
Yeah.
And in a case like this, chances are we won't get a decision until June. The Supreme Court likes to hear all their cases, and then usually beginning in May, they start dropping all of their decisions. Maybe you get some in April. But you should err on the side of not violating people's rights.
Yeah, how about some freedom for a change, huh?
And once again, we see Amy Coney Barrett and Brett Kavanaugh be with, I think they've got some weird devil's pact with Roberts. Because those two side with that retard all the time.
Well, this is why we shouldn't have women judges. Then we wouldn't have to worry about it because we wouldn't have Roberts or Kavanaugh on the bench.
Fair. You know what I found funny about this? I'm going to say those names again. Alito, Thomas, and Gorsuch. Gorsuch, nobody made a fuss when he got onto the court. There was no big liberal backlash or any of that shit. But he's turned out to be the most conservative of the judges that Trump put up there. The most originalist of the ones that he put up there.
Yeah.
And it's just funny to me that the liberals threw such a fit over 2 people who, in many cases, said that they were going to side with them anyway. You put a woman up there, of course she's going to side with a lot of that stuff. Anyhow, so yeah, that happened in Missouri versus Biden. So we won't get our freedom for the summer, Jack, or until summer.
we're lucky. They
The-
might just fuck us all over anyway. So
The Biden administration can go back to working behind the scenes with social media until the case is decided. And then, if I'm being honest, look, this case, if they do the right thing, 100% they should be told, no, you guys cannot be doing this. This is clearly a violation of the First Amendment. But especially given this, I don't have hopes for this one.
yep, I don't either.
I have a feeling what they're going to do is they're going to come out and be like, hey, since they didn't, even though there's other court cases on this, there's precedent for saying, no, you can't do this. But I have a feeling they're going to come out with the line that the White House has been using. Hey, we didn't tell them they couldn't have this stuff up there. Which, by the way, is not the standard that's been set in the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court has decided before that even the appearance of the government backing of taking away rights like that is enough to be like, no, you can't do that. But we have Roberts, we have Kavanaugh. And while Barrett gets more right than Kavanaugh does, those two, they are a disappointment.
Yeah.
They've done some good. Don't get me wrong. We've had some good ones. Overturning Roe was long, long overdue. But Roe's not the only important issue in the world. Anyhow, so yeah, that's happening with the Missouri case. Fucking bullshit, man. It really did. It pissed me off.
That should. Because this affects people like us. This is our job. We're on these platforms and they're fucking us over.
Yeah.
Silencing us and keeping us from trying to make a living.
I want to talk about this article, which I'm going to throw into chat for folks, and we will bring it on the screen, but I'm trying to do the producing stuff, Jack. Oh, yeah. Guys, brought to you by you. Hit the like button, the share button. If you would, please consider donating to Jack or myself. This is how we pay our bills, and your tips keep me in. What did I eat today, Jack?
I don't know. Ramen?
No. Oh, I had soup because we've been sick. I had potato soup. You guys keep me in potato soup. So hit the tip jar. This is an article. You know what trigonometry is? Trigonometry is here on YouTube.
I was going to say it's a type of math, but yes, I've heard
No.
of trigonometry.
Trigonometry, not trigonometry. This is written by one half of that podcast. Constantine, what's his name? Constantine Kissin. It's called The Day the Delusion Died. And it's all about how October 7th made people go, wait, there's actually people supporting terrorists?
Where have they been for like 6 years?
No, in fairness to him, he is not. He's been on a more, I don't want to say conservative path, but far more conservative than his co-host is. And he's been talking about this. They had like the Critical Drinker on to talk about, the way Hollywood's been fucking movies up because of woke bullshit. They had what's his name? Clifton
Duncan?
Duncan, yes. They had him on there one time. They've talked to a lot of people that, it's shown this. And he's like, a lot of people, he said that he had a friend who told him, I woke up on October 7th as a liberal and I went to bed as a 80-year-old conservative.
Right?
So he's not talking about himself in this case as much as he is talking about, other people who did just realize that this is how bad things have gotten. It's a really, really good read, and he's spot on about most of it. For instance, pointing out that the Jew bashing and saying, Israel's going too far in their response started before Israel really even responded.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you got to show restraint.
They're immediately calling for a ceasefire before Israel's had a time to fire back.
You got to just suck it up and take it.
Yeah, everybody gets bombed once in a while. Learned that in Kenosha. But he says something at the end that I want to address. And I did write this on Twitter, so if you follow me over there, you're going to be getting a little bit of a repeat. But this is what he says. He says, Will this wake up moment persist? It depends in large part on our courage to look reality in the face. As Sowell explains, he talks about Thomas Sowell through here quite a bit.
Oh,
When you want to help people, you tell them the truth. When you want to help yourself, you tell them what they want to hear. I'd never heard that quote from Sowell before, but that is really, really good.
Yeah.
And it explains politics so well if you pay attention to it. When you want to help people, you tell them the truth. When you want to help yourself, you tell them what they want to hear. That man is smart as shit.
oh yeah, absolutely.
That doesn't mean he's never got anything wrong, guys. Blah, blah, blah. You know, the normal things. But Thomas Sowell is a brilliant mind. But anyway, he goes on to say, and the truth is we have indulged in magical thinking for too long, choosing comforting myths over harsh realities about terrorism, about immigration, and about a host of other issues. In our hunger for progress, we've forgotten that not all change is for the better. Now the world is paying the price for that self-indulgence. Let's hope recent events are the wake-up call we so desperately need. I want to go back to what he said there. He said, will this wake-up moment persist? It depends if we have the courage to look reality in the face. That is fair. The problem with that statement is not everybody's seeing reality. I mean, we saw this with that church bombing, hospital parking lot bombing, which Rashida Tlaib still refuses to believe actually was those wonderful little Muslim boys who were firing rockets at the Israelis. Couldn't have been them.
No, why would they want to do that?
But we saw what happened there. 24 hours of nothing but the Jews killed 500 people in a hospital. And then the truth came out. And it just went silent. Those 500 people don't matter anymore, except for to Rashida Tlaib, because she's still trying to convince people reality doesn't. It was fucking filmed, bitch. Jesus
Fair.
Christ.
Now, to be totally fair, of those 500 people, probably 490 of them weren't real.
Yeah, about that. Some around there. But the reality is, the actual reality of our reality is that most people don't get to see the truth. Most people don't listen to this show, Jack. Most people don't listen to shows that point out how bad the media is and how much they lie to them.
Which is why it's important to like, share, and subscribe.
Yeah. Get people listening, because I would love it if people woke up. I would have thought that would have happened when they were showing balls to children, but that didn't do it.
Nope.
They're like, we're going to cut off the titties of 12-year-olds. You cool with that? And then, well, yeah, it's for their own good, right? Yeah. That's the reality we live in. So he's right that, I mean, it does depend on whether we're willing to look at reality. The problem is most people aren't shown reality. Most people are sold a bill of goods. You know, like if you don't let them mutilate themselves, they'll kill themselves. What's the actual rate? Not the attempt, not the ideation. What's the actual rate of suicide among trans people? Anybody know? I've never heard the actual rate.
No, I haven't either.
I've heard the ideation.
Yeah.
That's the number when people say the 41. That's the ideation. It's not actual suicides. That's somebody going, yeah, I thought about suicide. That's literally all it means. But hey, your kids are going to kill themselves if you don't let us rape them in school and call them Susie. And they're like, oh my God, they're going to hurt the children. We got to protect the children. They're mutilating children to protect them. That's the reality of what people see. How do you break through something like that? You literally have to hope that people have a moment of clarity on their own, or stumble across somebody who puts them on a path of thinking like, wait, yeah, that is stupid. You have to hope for, even with what's going on right now, Jack, with an article like this, I have no doubt there's several people who, we've seen a couple of articles already now where people are like, how the fuck did we get here? Do you think that's the norm, though?
No.
It's not the majority, I promise you. It'd be nice if it was. It'd be nice to wake up tomorrow in a world where people were like, you know what? The last 5 years have really been a lot of bullshit, and we're just going to redo it. We're going to reset back to our 2005 borders when it comes to how we deal with our society here. So again, it is a really good piece. I recommend reading it. I think it's just way too easy to be like, hey, people need to wake up. It's really easy to say that, but when people are lied to constantly and by so many sources that are considered the trusted sources, Jack. The one guy who worked for YouTube, I don't know if he still works there, pretty high up, came out and said, shows like this, Jack, we can't be trusted like the regular media can.
Yeah.
And I'll put my record up against them anytime. But he was like second or third in command at YouTube. And he's like, yeah, these people who do shit they're fucking stupid, man. Watch CNN. That's where the good news is. Did you see Anderson Cooper when he was titty high in the water in the hurricane? That was compelling.
Staged, but compelling.
Speaking of staged, we got to do it, Jack. We have to. We missed it yesterday. I was so sad after the show when you asked me if I'd watched that, and I'd forgot all about it.
Well, we had a lot going on, so
mostly I was just bullshitting yesterday. I've been in a kind of a mood, and there's reasons for it, but no excuses. So the whole Israeli thing has really pissed me off in a lot of ways. One more motherfucker hits me up and like, do you even know what's really going on? Suck my cock. All right. All of it. Balls deep. Don't sit here and pretend that you are some Middle Eastern expert and be mad at me because I don't think it's okay to just kill Jews randomly and that the Jews should have to put up with it. You want to tell me the Jews have been treating the Palestinians bad? Fine. That's not a reason to kill a whole bunch of civilians. And then bitch that your civilians are getting killed. Fuck right off. I don't want to hear it. You're stupid. Stop it. I mean, by all means, hit me up in the DMs because I'll just laugh. But seeing the number of people are suddenly, it's amazing how when something happens, so many experts come out.
Oh, well, I mean, they're all PhDs in Middle Eastern affairs when it comes to it.
I don't think I've ever gotten pushback like I have with the Israeli-Palestinian thing going on right now on any other subject. Ever. People are so pissed that I don't think it's okay to kill Jews. And that the Jews have a right to fight back.
I'm telling you, the Klan is running the left.
Fuck, man. And look, if you think that they're overreacting, we just disagree on how you deal with terrorists. You don't. But it's collective punishment. Suck my whole dick.
Well, that's what happens when your neighboring governing body attacks you, is warfare, usually.
Hamas. Gaza is literally an area run by a terrorist organization with mostly the full support of the people there. Can we please stop acting like they're oppressed by the Jews and Hamas? No, they're not. Shut the fuck up. Anyway, Jack. So this is where's she from again?
Agency, I don't know.
Yeah, hold on. Let's make it small.
Bottom corner.
Romanian. She's Romanian. This is a Romanian reporter on the ground there in Israel. No, is this Israel? Yeah, she's in Israel. And she is ducking and covering because she's there's some shit going on, y'all. I mean, you got a guy on a bicycle riding by like nothing's going down. And if you look back here by the light pole, there's a couple of people who keep wandering around. I don't know what the fuck she's saying, but she's hiding. Every time a bike rider comes by, I lose my shit.
It amazes me how she's laying on the ground, but there's no air raid siren or sound of missiles incoming or anything. She's just laying
Yeah.
on the ground like some random weirdo, like a fentanyl addict.
Thank you, Mighty Ballsack, who said, did that woman bring an innocent hamster to a war zone?
That's
I don't know what that fluff ball is on her.
her microphone windsock.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's acting like there's an air raid going on. And as you pointed out, there's no air raid siren. There's no bombs or anything you can hear in this thing. The people are walking by. And somebody in the comments said that, to be fair, Israelis are just kind of used to this stuff. And that's fair. But there should be like an air raid siren going off.
There should be something like making it seem like imminent danger is approaching and not just like she decided to take a little nap after she filmed her segment.
My favorite part of the whole thing, though, is that she is hiding behind a car from rockets.
Yes. Nothing like sitting next to the biggest shrapnel source you could find.
Was there not a bigger container of gas sitting around you could hide behind?
Yeah, right next to a barrel of nails or something.
Anyway, I did reach out to CNN. I actually tagged them and asked them if they had a job for this woman because I think she's their fit.
Oh, I agree. She seems like very good CNN material.
Oh my God, man! You know what? At the very least, the news station who was playing this could have put some air raid sirens over it. Make it seem like there's something. But no, there's just people casually strolling down the street and riding their bikes and.
Oh. Evolve makes a good point. Maybe she's playing hide and seek.
Maybe that's what it was. I don't speak Romanian, so maybe that's don't tell Bob where I am. I'm behind the
I
white
am
car.
winning the amazing race right now, Romania. It mostly involves hide and seek. I am hiding in Israel. Do not tell my competition.
I mean, if you're playing a game of hide and seek in Romania and you are in Israel, that you're really good at the game. That's championship level when you go to a different country.
It's true.
I remember the best place I ever hid in hide and seek.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was underneath the dining room table. There was a tablecloth that hung down. So I suspended myself up on all of the chairs. So when people looked under the table, they couldn't see me.
That's really crafty.
Yeah. And it took them about half an hour for me to finally go, fuck it. You guys can't find me. Here I am.
I once hid in my dad's gun cabinet.
That seems unsafe.
Maybe. They were all loaded because he's, a bit paranoid. But I didn't play with any of them. Probably could have. But no, nobody found me there. I got in trouble for that one, though.
I'm more thinking of you getting stuck in the safe.
No, it was a cabinet, not a safe.
Oh, okay. That's different.
Yeah, it was
fair enough.
Yeah, it just looked like a armoire, so you couldn't really tell what it was.
I wasn't good at hide and seek. I always chose really bad places. The reason I remember that one, Jack, is because it's the only time I really did good at hide and seek. I was never good at hiding, and I got bored trying to find people.
Yeah, I hear you.
I would much rather have played tag than hide and seek. Does hide and seek teach us any good lessons? I mean, maybe Anne Frank could have benefited from it, but for the rest of us,
duck and cover. I don't know.
Maybe it's our Jewish appreciation show. I had to bring up Anne Frank.
Maybe modern kids could benefit because they would learn to hide from their pedo teachers.
Oh, you know what? No, because you know what would happen? They'd hide in a closet, and one of the teachers would pronounce them gay and dress them up as the other sex.
True, but yeah, I got nothing then.
We really got to get the Iranian influence out of our schools. Anyway,
true.
The Red Cross, I don't know if this ever actually went through, but earlier today it was announced that the Red Cross was working with Hamas, hear me out, to get hostages freed. And Hamas had agreed to release 50 hostages. I don't know if the transfer ever took place, but
Yeah,
I'm so annoyed at this hostage transfer because they were giving out they were going to let go all of the hostages who have dual citizenship. The regular Jews, they had to stay.
that was probably a condition from Hamas.
Oh, I'm sure it is. But they now get to go, look, we gave up your citizens. We're not doing this. We only have those dirty Jews still. This is not something they should get any kind of credit for. This should be like, all right, bitch, where's the rest of them? You fucking anti-Semitic pieces of shit. For people who've been telling me how much the Israelis are involved in propaganda, and they are, Jack, we've talked about this, war brings propaganda. I'm not hearing it about Hamas where they're obviously doing it so often. 500 dead in a parking lot. That happens a lot. But this is a clear propaganda move. And let's be honest, because we had the 2 American citizens. Did you see when Biden says he had no idea why they released those hostages?
Yeah.
Jack, why did Hamas release those hostages?
Pallets full of cash?
We gave them a couple $100 million. And they suddenly released 2 hostages, and Biden doesn't know what happened there.
Well, Biden probably doesn't know because he's fucking retarded, but what
Hey,
are you gonna do?
Leaders of the United States, could we stop telling the world that if you kidnap us, you'll give them a bunch of money?
Right?
You've
Seems like a terrible idea.
been sending that message loud and clear lately, and even though I don't plan on leaving the United States, I really would appreciate it for the rest of my fellow man if you'd stop doing that. Anyhow,
Whatever, they do what they want.
when you negotiate with terrorists, they expect you to do it again.
They're kind of like bullies like that.
It's a learned behavior.
Weird.
Okay, I don't care about that fucking retard. What else did I have for tonight? Oh, I don't. Not really important to anybody but me. I hate that. Oh, I need to point this out. All right. Let me bring this on the screen. Some people may have a wrong impression because of me, and it's not my fault. I just shared it with the laugh my ass off. This is Greta Thunberg talking about the war. Down in this bottom corner, I don't know if you can see it, it says satire. This is not a real video, guys. And Jack, have you seen this video?
Yeah. Green
Okay.
tanks.
I feel like if you watched it, you should have known, even if it didn't say satire right on the screen, that this wasn't real.
War is always bad, specifically for the planet. If we want to continue fighting battles like environmentally conscious humans, we must make the change to sustainable tanks and weaponry.
That should have been a clue.
There are so many new concepts for battery-powered fighter jets that can carry many more missiles, biodegradable missiles, of course.
This is very funny, okay? It's very funny, but this is not real. I love later she tells us that if you're going to use hand grenades, use vegan hand grenades. It's my favorite part of the whole video. I will throw it into chat for those of you who missed it, but for those of you who got the wrong idea that that is a real video, it is not. That is 100% fake as shit. Funny, but fake. Somebody said to me, I wouldn't be surprised if people, talked about an environmentally, sustainable war. And I could see that. I could, but they do push, battery-powered fighter jets. Do you know the thrust that's required to make those things go so fast? Batteries could not do that.
I have no doubt there's some stupid hippie out there that would actually advocate for that.
Probably, but yeah, for anybody that got fooled by that, I apologize. I just assumed everybody would know that that was fake. I don't like to spread fake news, Jack. I like to,
No, the satire though.
yeah, I like to share funny stuff
Yeah.
and argue with retards, which again I was doing today. And it actually is like, you know what? I don't even care right now. So I just got up and left and went and hung out with my wife for a while and had potato soup for dinner. It was really good. Not enough potato in it. It needed more potato, but it was still very good.
You should hit up JFK.
No, not that kind of potato.
Oh, my bad.
I'm not looking for bath water here. I grew up on potato soup. We were a poor family. Potato soup is how you feed poor kids when it's cold.
Yeah. Yeah, it's cheap and you can make a lot of it.
Oh, this was before the show. I missed it. I'm so sorry. Ben, thank you for that feminist $12. Said I won't be able to listen, but today is my birthday. Ben, this is for you. And a 1 and a 2. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Ben. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Ben. And thank you so much for the donation off air. I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Oh, there was another feminist donation. That's from this morning. I did see this and we didn't talk about Blinken last night, did we?
I don't think so.
This is from Disgruntled Technician. Thank you so much. 600 Americans not allowed to leave Gaza. Carrier strike group just off the coast. Let me in, coach. I promise to follow the rules of engagement. Yeah. Secretary Blinken went on the Sunday shows and I think, was it Face the Nation he was on? I can't remember which one. But he addressed this. There are 600 Americans who are not allowed to leave Gaza. They're not kidnapped, Jack.
No. They're just not allowed to leave. They're forced to stay on the spot.
These are Americans who were in Gaza, and now that the shit's going down, they want to leave, and Hamas is like, no, you can't go. And Blinken's like, we're doing everything we can. Really? Are you putting bullets in terrorists? Because let me tell you, I don't care about Israel's war. They can handle that themselves. They're pretty good at it. But when you start saying my countrymen can't leave, I'm okay with our soldiers putting bullets in your head. It's what they're trained to do, and they can do it from afar.
Yeah.
Leave our people alone. Because, Jack, I am mostly a non-interventionalist. But those are our people.
Business. Yeah. Then we should go free our people and get them out of there and kill a bunch of bad guys in the process.
Yep. Go give them some real training. Let them kill a little people. And Keldrick, thank you. It may indeed be fake, but I refuse to underestimate how stupid real environmentalists are. I believe they would say something like this. Like I said, I have no doubt that they would, environmentally sustainable. But there are limits to that.
Yeah.
Vegan grenades don't exist.
That's not real.
Ebony says, indeed, monkey. Yeah, look, this is between them. As strategic partners with Israel, I'm all right with, missile supplies. This isn't like Ukraine where we have no connection to these fucking people. But that's for them to fight. I don't want our boys involved in that at all.
No, it's not our war.
They have our citizens. Turn them over, or we're going to make it our war. We will fuck you up.
That's just why we have the Eisenhower and other strike group out there.
Yeah. And Blinken out there with like, we're going to try. And look, you know why Hamas isn't going to let them go? Because they know they can get pallets full of cash from the U.S. if they hold them long enough.
Yep. Plus, God knows how many sleeper cells are already in the U.S. from the southern border that's so wide open.
We should do what Donald Trump did and put our dick on the table and go, let them go, or we will get involved. I'm not playing with you. Let our people go. We'll Moses this shit. Let our people go, or we will come over here and fuck you up. This is your fight. Have your fight. Leave us out of it, or we will get into it. And unlike the Israelis, we're not calling before we bomb. That's not how the US plays. Anyhow, yeah, let these fucking people go because that's bullshit. And look, dumb on you for being in Gaza in the first fucking place. What are you doing in Gaza?
I think they're
I'm over
mostly aid workers.
I'm over here because I believe that the people they needed our help, so I was here to help them. I mean, that's good Christian values and good on you, man, but that's fucking stupid. What was there? No room in Somalia for you? Rwanda was just a little too dangerous? Fuck. I'm going to go to the state that's run by terrorists. Fucking retards. Anyhow. Yeah, let our people go. I just want to share this because it's funny and it made me laugh, and I like making people laugh, Jack. This was I don't know where this post is from. It says it's somebody asking book recommendations for sex workers, and somebody linked, "Where is my daddy?"
Accurate.
A little too on the nose, but funny as fuck. That is amazing. By the way, for the people who do this up here where they blocked out that person's username, all you have to do is search for book recommendations for sex workers ? And you can find that person.
Yeah, it's not that hard.
Now the Where's My Dad would be harder to find, but that would be very easy. Stop doing that shit. It makes me do extra work. Just put their fucking name up there so I can go make fun of them. I mean, in that case, I wouldn't, but general principle. I want to talk about this one too, going back to the Israeli thing. It's not really about it, but this dude, Soliman Ahmed, I don't know who he is other than the fact that he is like really gung-ho Palestinian. He said, Zionist mass reporting of accounts. Why has somebody's account been suspended? She has merely been relaying pro-Palestinian positions. Okay. Jack, I've spent the last 2 weeks arguing with people who have pro-Palestinian positions, some of them very strongly pro-Palestinian.
Mhm.
Haven't seen any of them get kicked off the platform. I'm not saying she deserved, or he, whatever it is, deserved to be kicked off the platform, but I really want to know what they said, because being pro-Palestinian can have very different meanings. We saw a college in Canada literally come out and say that they're on Hamas's side and that there's nothing that can be done to the Jews that they don't deserve. And specifically the Israelis, that they don't deserve. So, I mean, there's degrees of pro-Palestinian. And, if she was putting up their death to the Jews, I would understand them kicking her off. And that would technically be a pro-Palestinian argument.
Yeah, it'd also be a terms of service violation. So
yeah. So I mean, again, there's a chance that she didn't, cross any lines, and I mostly lean towards the side of let her say what she wants. But I really want to know what she said, because they've been pretty forgiving about this argument over there on Twitter. I've seen a lot of back and forth.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of people advocating for bad things to happen to Jewish people that are not getting taken down.
Mm-hmm.
So
I've seen calls for genocide on both sides, literal genocide on both sides.
Oh yeah, they're leaving that up. So
yep,
you have to really violate the rules.
What's that, Peter? Netanyahu shows map of Middle East without Palestine to UN General Assembly. Common Dreams Org, September 22nd, 2023. Well, I mean, at this point, I'm kind of with them. Don't kill the people, but the whole idea of the two-state solution has been killed, and it was killed by, well, let's be honest, the PLO.
Yeah, they did that in the 90s or early 2000s.
PLO, Islamic Jihad, Hamas, Hezbollah. I mean, you have all of these groups that anytime there's any movement towards a real two-state solution, they start bombing shit.
Yeah, because they don't want it. They just want to kill the Jews.
Yeah. It's the damn Jews. Kind of understand their position though, man. All right. I think that's all I have. So, Jack, how you been, man?
But okay.
We haven't got to do much from you in the last several days because I've been very wordy myself. Oh my goodness. I don't even know what this is.
That's for the end of the show. It's for the end of the show.
Horrible.
I know, but it's for the end of the show. Don't spoil it for the.
I'm not going to spoil it for them.
That's the palate cleanser.
That's amazing. I want to try that with Phoebe now.
I got some dark shit for you.
The problem is Phoebe would never let me get that close without waking up.
Yeah, I mean, it depends. Well, let's not get too far into it because it'll spoil it.
Oh, no, I'm not. Phoebe is a very light sleeper. And I told you last night, she's been very, very monkey-centric lately. She is, every time I walk out of my room, she comes running to me. When I wake up, when I move at all, she's there. And it's wonderful and it's sweet, but she also kind of insists on being carried. And she weighs like 12 pounds. And for anybody who's had a baby, and babies don't weigh that much until they've been on your shoulder for 15 minutes. And it's like, where did I get the 20 pounds of sand I'm carrying right now? And that's how she is. And it's tiny and furry and sweet as she is. Yeah, it's taking its toll on my shoulder, man. I got to work out so I can carry my cat.
Yeah. Well, your cat's probably going to get fatter, so.
Yeah. Where's that? If this is going to end, Israel needs to conquer the Palestinians. I mean, yes, yeah. They should still be allowed to have their own religion and practice and all that, but enough with the bullshit of we're going to have two states. It can't be that way. You can be part of us and under our laws, or you can get the fuck out. That's how it should be.
Nobody else wants them because they keep trying to overthrow local governments.
Yeah, and there's
Jordan in 1970.
There are Muslims in Israel, in Israeli areas, not in Gaza, not in the West Bank. They get along fine with the Jews because they're not blowing them up.
Yeah, they've got Muslims in their military in the IDF.
But no. We got to pretend that these fucking terrorists, literally, the Palestinian movement has been pushed mostly by terrorist groups. The recognized leader of Palestine is the PLA, which is just the PLO, which is a fucking terrorist organization. No, they need a terrorist state. Why? Do we not have enough on our list already? Do we not have enough list of terrorist states, Jack?
Apparently not.
Well, I guess this would be an actual terrorist state instead of just what do they call them? A terrorist sponsoring state?
State sponsored terror.
Israeli strike kills family in church compound again. Stop it. Stop it. Where were the missiles they were firing at? Knock that shit off. Sorry, I just saw a headline. Did you see Britney Spears wrote a book?
Yeah.
I kind of judge people who read a book written by Britney Spears.
Why?
Have you heard her talk?
Yeah.
She's not smart.
No, that's what ghostwriters are for.
If they told me it was a coloring book, I'd be like, oh, yeah, that makes sense.
No, it's got to be thick as a phone book, and the title is going to be "Hit Me, Baby, One More Time," and it'll be a picture like Inception of somebody getting hit with that book. Then it'll constantly be mirrored through the entire thing.
I think they should make a "Hit Me, Baby, One More Time" coloring book where it's all pictures of her looking like jailbait, like in the video. I'm just saying.
I agree. I like where your head's at.
Give the 15-year-old boys out there a little help.
Oh, they have the internet now. They don't need it.
See, I think I hear you, but I think what young men these days need is a little mystery. You know what I mean? There's too much open nakedness.
I agree. It's too easy to get because that takes the thrill of the chase out of it.
Yeah, the anticipation is almost as good as the payoff when it comes to that. And when you can just, oh, look, she's naked, it almost feels like you were cheated.
Well,
You didn't have to work for it at all.
That's true.
Yeah,
That's true. Well, I've got a couple things here if you want to
sure.
go over them. Okay, first of all, Tyson Foods. Have you heard what they're doing?
Killing chickens and making greasy frozen food?
No.
Oh.
No. Tyson Foods is planning to bring bug-based protein to U.S. markets after partnering with world leader in insect ingredients.
I'm okay with that, honestly.
I'm not. So fucking gross. Don't eat the bugs.
If people want to eat bug burgers, more power to. I'm not buying that shit.
I think they're going to sneak it in.
I get my bugs like an American through bologna and hot dogs and sausage and bratwurst.
Fucking gross, dude.
I get it the good way. See, everybody like, oh, hot dogs and that. It's the same with all sausages, so don't even judge me for my like a hot dog. That's how you get your bugs in your diet. You don't need actual bug steaks.
Well, these aren't going to be strictly bug food. They're going to be ingredients.
Well, sure, yeah.
They're partnering with Protix. It's a Dutch company that's the world leader.
Protix.
Protix.
They had to go with ticks. Yes. I live in the woods. Ticks is not something I want near my mouth.
That's how you get Lyme disease.
Anyhow, all right.
It's a Dutch company that brands itself as the world leader in insect ingredients.
Sure.
To promote more sustainable protein production.
All right. Pause there. I want to talk about that word sustain. That is a really stupid fucking term. Please stop using it. I know you're not, Jack. You're just reading it, but it's just a way to confuse people. It's nonsensical. It doesn't mean shit. Please stop saying it. Go ahead, Jack. I'm sorry.
No problem. Now, apparently what they're doing is Tyson is buying a stake in this company.
Okay.
Some sort of investment thing. They'll get a minority stake in Protix and eventually create, quote, an insect ingredient facility to manufacture bug-based protein here in the States.
I mean, I wonder how you would do that. Because whether they're always followed or not, there are standards in food production here in the United States.
Yeah, usually you're trying to keep the roaches out.
Yeah, you're not supposed to have the bugs in there. Like, no, we feed them to people. If I'm not on the thing where they're pushing for bugs, but if people want to eat that shit more, I'm not a vegetarian. People eat those. The stuff they tell me tastes like a real hamburger as they look sad eating it.
Yeah, because it doesn't. And they know it.
It tastes just like a hamburger.
It tastes like a hamburger.
It is so good. Oh my God. I can't believe my life.
Real quick,
I don't support any of that stupid shit, but if people want to do it, more power to them.
Yeah, fuck that. No. Thank you, Keldrick. We should agree to pay Palestine the price of hostages and food, and then all the food we send them should be bug oil.
Oh, there you
That
go.
should be halal, right?
No,
they'll love it, I'm sure.
We should be honest about it. And be like, I tell you what, we will give you food aid and send them nothing but bacon.
I agree.
Not bacon. Bacon's good.
Bacon.
Send them ham hocks.
Yeah, pig's feet. In an October 17th statement, Tyson Foods said this: the first at-scale facility of its kind to upcycle food manufacturing byproducts into high-quality insect proteins and lipids, which will primarily be used in pet food, aquaculture, and livestock industries.
Oh, see, I'm even more okay with that.
I don't know.
I've watched Phoebe eat a a beetle, and she seemed to quite enjoy it. So
That's how they get worms and shit. No.
there's dewormer.
Yeah, no. Livestock culture, livestock industries rather. I don't want them feeding my moo cows a bunch of bugs. I feel like it'll taint the meat.
Your animals on farms eat bugs constantly.
Oh, I'm sure. I just don't want to think about it.
And somebody, sorry, in chat, somebody said they'd sneak it into our food.
Yeah.
Just to address that. As long as they are forced to label it and it needs to be like right on the front, yeah, again, I'm okay. But it does need to be known.
They're
You know
saying,
you know what we need to do? We need to convince California that eating bugs causes cancer, because then it'd have to have a bug warning on the front of it.
that's true.
Yeah. But anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry.
It goes on. Our partnership with Protix represents the latest strategic investment by Tyson Foods in groundbreaking solutions that drive added value to Tyson's food business. The insect life cycle. Yeah.
I'm sorry. They literally just said adding bugs adds value. That's wonderful. I'm sorry.
Yeah. The insect life cycle provides the opportunity for full circuitry within our value chain, strengthening our commitment to building a more sustainable food system for the future.
Yeah, we were supposed to run out of food back in the 80s. We're fine.
Yeah. Well, they're never going to give that up. The company was founded in 2019, and they produce and process 14,000 metric tons per year in the Netherlands. While most of the products are used in pet food, aquaculture feed, livestock feed, and organic fertilizer industries, bug-based protein has been pushed for human consumption. So it will be coming. They're going to start here and then get you used to the idea and then give it to you as food.
There are people who eat bugs in the world. I mean, it's part of their diet.
Yeah, third world shitholes.
Yeah, but my point being is, most of the time eating bugs isn't going to kill you. It's just fucking gross. And we live in the United States. We don't have to do that.
No, and I hope this tanks horribly, because it's fucking gross.
Well, with the way they're starting and doing it with animal feed and stuff, I have a feeling it'll actually be pretty successful if they can do it cheaply.
I guess.
If you can feed them, and many bugs do contain protein. Sorry. No monkey, we need to flood them with bacon. We'll call it Operation Rage Pig. Thank you, Full Metal Joker. That's wonderful. Yeah, Operation Rage Pig. With the way they're doing it, it'll probably actually be successful. They'll have problems when they try to introduce it to Americans as their food. Feeding it to your pets. Well, actually, you know what? With the pet side of it, maybe not. But animal feed, certainly. But when it comes to pets, I mean, do you guys realize how much people spend on their pets? I ran the pet department in Walmart for 2 years, Jack. You people are fucking weird with your pets. Like, they're pets. I spoil Phoebe, Jack, but there are people out there who like make whole rooms just for their animal. Like, this is Phoebe's.
Excuse me, their animal.
Oh, sorry, their family member.
The fur baby.
I refuse to say that term.
Fur baby.
I can prove to you your animal isn't part of your family, because if you, let's say your house catches fire and you can only either save your child or your animal, you're not going to hesitate. You're going to pick up your kid.
It depends on the kid, doesn't it?
I stand the parent, I suppose. You're right. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Just saying.
Generally speaking. And you guys have heard me talk about Phoebe. It's not like I'm anti-animal. I'm a big softie. But pets is, last I heard, it was like $100 billion industry. Something like that.
Oh, it's ridiculous. Yeah. People love their pets, especially childish weirdos.
When I was a kid, Jack, pet food was just kibble. It was either kibble or mushy shit in a can.
Mm-hmm.
And now they have gourmet meals for animals.
It's because there's a lot more women without a husband.
This shit looks better than some of the stuff I eat, and no comments about what I eat. I'm talking about like good food that I eat. It's like I shouldn't look at pet food and be like, I kind of want to bite.
Yeah, I know.
They have some that actually has to stay refrigerated.
Oh yeah. A lot of it does actually.
And it's amazing. And that shit is expensive, really expensive. But people spend a lot on their pets, man. So when it comes to the, feeding Fido some crickets or whatever, they don't even say, they just say bugs. And that's kind of vague.
A little bit.
Kind of vague. Or insects is what they say. That's still vague. That's a huge genus out there of the animal kingdom. I don't know. Would it be better to eat like a cricket than a dung beetle? Is there that big of a difference? I mean, after you wash them, of course, but
I imagine the level of protein and because some bugs are toxic to humans.
that's true too. Yeah. So, they might have stepped on their dick with trying to do it to pet food. Keep it with the animal feed. You'll be all right. I'm trying to help them out, man.
I don't think they're going to listen.
I know they're not. Nobody listens to this show except for the nice people in our chat.
Yeah, because they're awesome.
They are. What else you got, Jack?
New York City cop accused of conspiring to sell kilogram quantities of fentanyl and heroin on the job.
A dirty cop, huh? Never heard of that before.
Yeah.
Especially in the drug trade.
Yeah, especially in the NYPD.
Have you noticed, going back to like the 20s, most dirty cops have something to do with illegal drugs, whether it's alcohol or actual narcotics.
Right? Apparently that's
fuck?
a very lucrative side gig for
It
them.
really is.
So this was Bronx resident Grace Rosa Baez, 37, charged with 1 count of conspiracy to distribute fentanyl and heroin, and 3 counts of narcotics distribution, according to a statement released on Friday. She and an alleged accomplice, Cesar Martinez, were arrested on Thursday. Between October 9th and the 19th, Baez and Martinez allegedly had multiple conversations with a confidential source about trafficking wholesale narcotics.
Wow.
They were accused of offering to sell large quantities of cocaine, heroin, and fentanyl.
Jesus.
And she's been at the NYPD since 2012. So she's already halfway to retirement. Allegedly told the source that she would sell 2 kilograms of fentanyl for $60,000 total, and even offered to give the source a sample of the drug. So she actually had the drugs too.
Huh.
She told the CS, that's a confidential source, in substance and in part that the fentanyl was top quality, and directed the CS to meet her on or about October 16th, 2023 to obtain a sample of the drug for sale.
I just we need a PSA there.
Mm-hmm.
There is no such thing as top quality fentanyl.
I would think not.
It's like top quality meth, man. It doesn't exist. It's made with trash.
Yeah, it's the best butane money can buy.
It's top quality, yo. All right. It's not like you're talking about a pure cut of heroin here. You're talking about fentanyl.
Yeah.
Oh.
So she had been investigated previously for misconduct and placed on modified duty, which is a nice way of saying she's like a parking maid for a while. And she was on desk duty for a while at the NYPD facility, which is probably where this stuff came from.
I'm sure I've told the story before. I don't know if you've heard it. When I lived in Virginia, there was a dare van going around that was selling drugs.
Oh, irony.
True story. And they finally caught him. Apparently they've been running for a few years, but yeah, they were selling drugs to kids out of the dare car.
Wow.
Tell you, man, it sucks because, we can only pay police so much, and there's a lot of money in drugs, and you do kind of need the police to look the other way or to help out in some way. It's kind of a match made in heaven.
Yeah.
A lot of fucking money running through there, and it's not okay. There's a lot of drug crime that goes on, but just the sale and transfer is not itself a violent act. So it's kind of easy to turn I'm just saying, I understand some poor cop is like, you gonna give me money and I just leave you alone to sell your shit. I'm not saying I do it, Jack, but I get it. I get it. And it's kind of way too easy, honestly.
Yeah. Well, I'm not done with the cops because in Nashville, the police chief's son is a suspect in shooting 2 cops outside of a store.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. This guy's, I haven't seen that he's captured yet, but as of Sunday, he is on the run. It's the estranged son of Nashville's police chief is the suspect in shooting 2 police officers outside of a fucking Dollar General.
Jesus.
Officers in Laverne, so I don't know. I can't pronounce that. It's a city about 20 miles southeast of Nashville. It's like a suburb.
Mhm.
They were investigating a stolen vehicle outside the store on Saturday afternoon when they struggled with the suspect who pulled a handgun and shot them.
Jesus.
Investigators identified the suspect as John Drake Jr., 38, who's the son of Nashville's Metropolitan Police Chief John Drake Sr. One of the officers was shot twice in the groin and right forearm.
Oh.
Yeah, while the other officer was hit in the rear left shoulder. You got off lucky. You could have got shot in the dick. Both were taken to Nashville's Vanderbilt University Medical Center. Vanderbilt Medical is way far away from where the shooting happened.
You don't shoot cops to begin with, but don't shoot them in the dick. God damn, man.
Yeah, have some fucking decorum, dude. Seriously.
Where's your man card?
Apparently it got pulled because this guy's a bitch, man. Shot somebody in the groin.
You are only allowed to shoot somebody in the groin if they've touched one of your children or raped your wife.
Yeah. Pedos and sex offenders, I'm fine with dick shots, but
yeah,
fucking hell, man. You don't just shoot random people in the junk. What are you, you're an asshole.
I'm more offended that he shot him in the dick than the fact that he shot him.
Yeah.
All right, I guess. But both officers survived. That's awesome.
Oh, yeah. One officer was released from the hospital Saturday night, so later that day. The other officer was kept overnight for observation and in stable condition. They haven't released their identities because who wants to be known as the cop that got shot in the dick?
Good night, Ramen.
Night, Ramen.
Yeah, you don't want to be the dick shot cop. The fraternity of police have a sense of humor, and he's never going to live that down.
Yeah, that's his new nickname is gonna be like Bullet Dick or something.
One ball. Get one ball over here.
Bullet balls. So this kid, he's 38. He's not really a kid, but he's a convicted felon, and he's been a criminal for a long time. But yeah, now he's wanted for 2 counts of attempted first-degree murder instead of car theft.
Bubba Hotep says, Butter, stop shooting guys in the dick. That is one of my favorite episodes.
Right.
Just for that part, because Cartman is so intent on the Chinese thing, and he just gives it up because Butters keeps shooting guys in the dick. Oh, South Park humor, my friend.
Right. I've got 2 more things that I wanted to cover.
What we got?
The BLM activist Sean King.
Oh, God,
I talked to you about this off air. I wanted to bring it up yesterday. I forgot.
Wait, we throw the link in so I can bring it up?
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
No, you're fine. You're fine. This one I want to have the story for.
There you go.
Oh, cool. Anyhow.
This one's from the Post-Millennial. Disgraced BLM activist Sean King says he helped free American hostages released from Gaza and knows them personally. The hostages say they've never heard of him.
This fucking retard, man. Why would he even insert himself here?
I don't know. Yes, Snow J. Simpson. Exactly, Mighty Balzac. I mean, come on, dude. Did you think you weren't going to get busted on this one?
Maybe he thought they would never see it. You know, he could just take credit and they'd be like, nobody even asked them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess. But Saturday was a hell of a day. I think that's a day you were sleeping because this happened on Saturday as well.
It might have been. It might have been one of the days I slept.
On Saturday, left-wing activist Sean King took to social media to claim that the family of Natalie Renanin, one of the American hostages freed by Hamas, were supporters of his and that he helped facilitate her and her mother's release.
Hang
However,
on.
the family says...
I just want to point this out in chat. I didn't mean to interrupt you there. I'm so sorry. But this is a new one I've never heard before. Django Uncolored.
Well, that'd just be the original Django.
That's true. That's true. Anyway, I'm sorry.
However, the family says they have no idea who King was until after the release. Excuse me. In a post on Instagram, King wrote, Hamas has just freed the teenager Natalie Renanin and her mother. I'm grateful, he noted. As I said last week, Natalie and her family have been supporters of mine and protested police violence in America alongside us.
Did they actually do that? Do we know?
It doesn't sound like it.
Okay.
I'm also thankful for the Qatari government for helping to negotiate this. Dozens of us worked frantically behind the scenes to help make this possible, King added. I spoke to Natalie's family this afternoon, and they were anxiously awaiting more updates. After the post, journalist Una Libzin refuted King's assertion in a long thread on X. She said, it's important to clarify the family of Natalie and something I can't pronounce, Renanin, says they have no idea who Sean King is, and they first found out about his existence after the release and reading the posts.
Stop there. Notice how Sean King is spelled here. You mentioned this to me when we were offline. They know him so well, they don't even know how to spell Sean right.
Yeah, because
they went with the Irish spelling.
Yeah, his name is spelled Shaun, and they spelled it in their press releases Sean.
They have no idea who this fucker is.
Partial Thorogood.
Nice.
Wow.
Oh, God.
She noted that King discussed Natalie's half-brother Ben and said, Yuri, the father of Ben and Natalie, told me tonight that he had no idea about this referral, and the family simply turned everywhere to anyone they could help. Libsyn noted that King is a known hater of Israel.
Yep.
And that Judith is part of the Chabad community in her city, and according to her associates, it's ridiculous to say she is anything but the lover of Israel. She claims that King's goal is to raise doubts to the point that people have already determined that they support Hamas.
No, you're actually wrong there. His goal there is to raise money he can steal from people.
Liberate, thank you. He's redistributing the wealth to his pocket. Allegedly.
How many different organizations has this motherfucker started and the money disappears and suddenly he's got to make a new one and nobody knows where the money went?
Don't question the Talcum X.
Are we up to 3 or 4? I've lost count.
Oh, dude, I don't know. There's probably half a dozen we don't know about.
Night, did you?
Good night. So King has said he's proceeded to allegedly release private messages between himself and Ben, and it says he recorded all his conversations with the family.
Why would you do that?
I don't know. That's weird. I also don't believe him.
Oh, neither do I. And you know what? His thing with I have the evidence that I talked to him, there's like, that's not a normal thing to do. You're supposedly friends with these people and you're helping them out, and your first thought is to go Crowder on them and record it? Really? I beat you to that joke, Bubba. I beat you to it.
Barely.
Yes, is he related to Steven Crowder? It's having the email messages, sure, it's still in your email, but you recorded the conversations. He's just doing what he always does. He will try to raise money. Look, guys, I help this. I need to keep going. I need your money. Did you see? I helped. I got the Jew out of there. I don't like the Jews because I'm, Talcum X, but I did the Jewy thing. Give me money. You Jews have money, right?
Yeah, he's not above taking everybody's money.
He is a despicable piece of shit.
Indeed. Now, I also wanted to discuss Mike Pence real fast. This is another one we talked about after the show yesterday.
For the record, guys, we are only talking about Pence because he's in the race. Otherwise, we don't care about Mike Pence around here.
I don't give a fuck about Mike Pence
Exactly.
at all. I
See?
just thought this was funny.
He exists only to make us laugh now, Jack.
Yeah, because he's made himself into a joke because he's a fucking idiot.
He is.
So apparently, he's attracting crowds in Iowa in the dozens, monkey.
In the dozens.
In the dozens. And he's only got $1.2 million in cash reserves.
Look, if Mike Pence was playing the dozens, I would watch because it'd be interesting to see him try to make a your mama joke.
Yeah.
Having a couple dozen people, 25, 30 show up at your presidential campaign rally.
That's not a good sign. I'm pretty sure that either of us could probably draw that big of a crowd just by saying we're going to be at this place.
I bet you I could announce I was going somewhere in Grand Rapids and have more people than he had.
Oh yeah. I mean, you just show up and say, you know, I'm going to have get a permit and go and say you're having an anti-abortion rally or something. You'll get way more than 13 people at one stop.
You know what we should do? You and I should have a meetup at a Chuck E. Cheese sometime.
Yeah. That. Now I'm hungry for pizza, but I don't have any kids, so I don't think they'll let me in. I'll have to borrow somebody's kid.
You could go if you're coming, you know, for like a birthday party or something. There's kids in my family. I can grab one.
Yeah. Bring the grandkids. We'll have a party for them, and everybody will show up.
We'll just have a grandbaby party, and we'll bring all four of them. We got we know when the baby's going to be delivered, unless she goes early. She's going to be induced, so we actually have a date now.
Wow.
It's about a month away.
Oh, going for
and grandbaby 4 is going to be here. What's that?
Thanksgiving baby?
They're timing it so hopefully she'll actually be able to be here for Thanksgiving and not in the hospital.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So
her sister was born on Halloween, and there will be times that her birthday will be on Thanksgiving.
Wow. That's kind of cool, actually.
It's going to be a busy holiday season in my son's house.
It's going to be fucking expensive.
Yeah, it is. Anyway, sorry, you were reading.
Yeah, so new filings show Pence ended September with just 1.18 million left in his campaign account, and he has debts of 621,000.
At this point in a campaign, if you're not sitting on at least 10 million, you're probably in trouble.
Yeah, Trump has 37.5 million on hand, just to compare it.
Yeah. And Trump's number came in a little lower than people were expecting.
Yeah. So Politico on Saturday published a devastating article documenting Pence's struggle to draw crowds in Iowa, where several of his recent events have drawn about 30 to 60 people.
That's pathetic.
That is absolutely pathetic. I'm pretty sure Vermin Supreme has drawn bigger numbers than that.
I wonder if they clapped for him at the appropriate times.
Jeb Bush was out there like, please clap. During one Pence stop at a Pizza Ranch, I guess that's a chain, in Red Oak, just 13 people attended, including one Republican voter, and this is why I'm reading the article, because this made me crack up so fucking hard, including one Republican voter who rambled about various conspiracy theories, including that the president, Joe Biden, is a hologram. That's the guy you pulled, Pence. You pulled in the hologram guy.
I love this picture down here. This is from the Iowa Fair, right? Yeah.
I believe so.
Pence is there, and somebody's got the Trump sign up behind him.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm just going to leave that on the screen while you read, because that sign right there says it all. Anything that Pence has in way of political clout comes from Donald Trump. And if he was smart, Jack, he would be doing what Vivek is doing. He would be out there going, hey, even if I disagree with how January 6th went down, Trump, greatest president ever, I want to continue his legacy. He should not be trying to run. You know, Al Gore did this with Bill Clinton because of Clinton's sexual escapades. He tried to distance himself from Clinton in the 2000 race. Clinton retired as a very popular president.
Yeah.
Why? These people keep trying to distance themselves from popular people. And like, what the fuck is wrong with you? I'm glad Al Gore did it because he was a fucking idiot and I did not want him to be president.
Yeah.
And I don't want this guy to be president either. I just don't understand how they're that dumb.
It's ego, I think. It's a lot of ego. But people close to Pence say he now faces a choice about how long to stay in the race and whether
He should drop.
remaining a candidate.
I just said he should drop.
Oh, he absolutely should drop out, but he's not going to.
I was just commenting as you were reading. You can keep reading.
Oh,
I was treating you like a video there. I apologize.
that's all right. Thank you, Keldrick. I mean, would any of us be shocked if Biden was a hologram? No, not at all. That guy is probably my favorite person in this whole article, honestly. Because I'm like, yeah, I like this dude.
I would be surprised if he's a hologram because I've seen what they can do with holograms, and they move a lot more realistically than he does. Now, if you told me he was a animatronic little thing from like the old Christmas movies like Rudolph and stuff, I'd believe that. He's a stop motion character.
Yeah, a creepy one, like those things. Yeah, but the fact they're talking about how long he should stay in the race, they know they're losing. Well, just quit now. This article goes on, and this sentence is great. Pence could well stick it out until January 15th, the Iowa caucuses, continuing to visit the state's famous Pizza Ranch restaurants and campaigning on a shoestring budget. Yeah, just go to all the Pizza Ranch restaurants. It's cool, man.
Yeah, I have a feeling that the people in the race right now, we had somebody drop out the other day. I forget who it was. But it was somebody, I don't think they even made the debate stage. The ones who are in right now, the major ones like Pence, and yes, believe it or not, he's a major candidate. Pence and Scott, who else? Chris Christie, that's the other one. They'll hang out at least until Iowa, until the first primary. Because they don't have to close up shop. I mean, they can dwindle things down so that all they're on a shoestring budget. Hope they get a major win in Iowa to where people will donate again. But the truth of the matter is, at this point, this primary is over. I wish it wasn't so because I think Ramaswamy would be a much better candidate than any of the others right now. I would like to see an actual race go on, but it's not going to happen with Trump there.
No,
Trump is he's too large of a figure.
Yeah, he's got massive support. And the fact that he put his hat in it all was pretty much sealing the deal that he's going to be the nominee.
Yep.
He's just got too much of a brand.
And the Democrats did him such a favor with all these the lawsuit one and then the civil and criminal trials against him. You martyred him.
Yeah. They made him they did exactly what he accused them of doing, which is a witch hunt.
Yeah.
And they just reinforced that. And I've seen more people talking about election results since the first indictment than ever did before.
A lot more people are willing to. And as Dangerous points out, name recognition is so very important, and nobody has more than Donald Trump. He's first of all, Donald fucking Trump. And now he's former President Donald Trump.
Yeah.
I think the Democrats are making a huge mistake here, Jack, because they really do want to run against Trump because they're stupid.
Yes.
They have this idea that, hey, we beat him last time, we can beat him again. And I don't know if you saw, there was a story that came out the other day. Biden's people are really getting worried.
Have you seen Biden? They should be.
With the poll numbers as they are right now nationally, he's not statistically, him and Trump are in a tie.
Yeah,
And then if you
statistics mean a whole lot, though.
if you start breaking it down by the battleground states, Trump's actually ahead in several of them right now.
Yeah, because they're all economically taking a shit.
If the Democrats are smart, and they're not, they would get rid of Biden. They'd dump him. They have no chance with Biden. I said this on Twitter, Jack, and it's 100% true. I promise you guys that when it comes to 2020, the press was able to hide so much about Biden. And while they're still doing that, Jack, they're still running cover for him. They can't run that. You can tell people, hey, inflation's coming down, but their paychecks are still not worth what they used to be.
Your buying power is taking a dump. There's still things that are hard to find in stores.
Mm-hmm.
They still don't talk about the baby formula problems that are still going on.
You have the immigration thing is coming up again, and there's no way Biden can touch Trump on immigration.
Yeah, and people are starting to really feel the effects of that in major cities.
Yeah. When you have even all the sanctuary cities going, yeah, fuck immigrants, you've created a problem. He had to come out and build wall. That's how bad the immigration problem has gotten for Joe Biden. He's like, I think we should build a little bit of. You have to do the voice. We should build some wall.
Oh, we're gonna build a wall for.
I love your Biden voice, man.
Keep Mickey Mouse out.
You have the economy. You have immigration. Crime is still an issue. American cities are just fucking trashed, filled with homelessness and piss and shit, literal shit on the sidewalks, drug needles everywhere. A lot of your major liberal cities have it's not just homelessness. You have druggies and homeless together, destroying your city.
That kind of goes hand in hand.
You have the fentanyl problem with, what is it, 70,000 Americans die a year from that shit?
Yeah, and the fentanyl's coming over the southern border. So
Biden is just not a good candidate. Trump isn't even going to have to try, man.
It's almost too late for Biden to drop off the ticket, though. They have a hell of a time getting anyone else on the ballot.
Their best hope, and I'm not wishing for this, but the Democrats' best hope is that Biden dies.
Yeah.
Because then you get a sympathy vote too. You got to get somebody else on the ticket. You get the sympathy vote going on. But if he stays as the candidate, man, this is going to be a bloodbath, figuratively speaking. But yeah, it's not going to be Reagan in '84 bloodbath, but it might be '80. It might be 1980 again.
Yeah, well, I mean, we could hope for '84. To be honest,
'84 would be great, just a clean sweep.
Yeah, well, it'd be hilarious. Watch the TYT meltdown would be exquisite. Oh,
Well, let me tell you what's going to happen. Because of all of this, the main push of Democrats in the electoral race coming up in the general is going to be abortion. It's their best issue.
Yeah, they can't run on anything else. The economy's shit, and everybody knows it.
Yep.
They can't run on illegal immigration. Abortion's all they have.
They have abortion and identity politics, and that's it. So it's not looking good for him. And even inside his own camp, there was somebody who works with the campaign who refused to be identified for the article, which was weird because it's just an article about, what the polling and everything is saying. Like, yeah, don't tell people I said this, but we're fucking scared, man. We're going to get creamed.
Well, I mean,
and
He's gonna
They
have
likely
to.
are.
He's gonna have to debate Trump.
Well, here's the thing. Trump did this to himself. He doesn't have to debate Trump now. He can just go, why should I have to debate him? I'm the president. I'm leading right now.
I think that would hurt him more than anything else.
Not when Trump throws a fit about it, and then they can point to go, hey, Trump acted just like this.
Yeah, but I think people are going to want to see that face off, and that he's going to catch blowback from that.
People want to see Trump on the debate stage.
Yeah.
I think with his supporters, I think he wins that way. I mean, look at what happened with Katie Hobbs out there in Arizona. She absolutely she refused to do that, and they're like, that's all right. I think it actually works in his favor if he refuses to debate Trump.
Oh, I don't know. What do you think is going to happen now that RFK is in there? Because I think that hurts Biden too.
Polls show right now that it's hurting Trump, and I don't think it's going to last. I think when people get to hear the rest of what RFK thinks, he'll lose support.
Well, he came out the other day and said he was pro reparations.
Yeah.
I think you throw some ads with that on there, and that's going to turn off a lot of people.
I think right now, if the election were held today, RFK would hurt Trump quite a bit. Because there's people who his 2 points that people on the right for some reason are grabbing onto. I get why they're doing it, but I don't get why they ignore the rest of it. Him being against COVID vaccines, which is a good position, and oh shit, what's his other one? Anti-war. He's against funding for Ukraine and Israel. Actually, I don't know about Israel. I know for Ukraine he was. So he's got those two where he has some Republicans going, yeah, that guy actually makes sense. So when you listen to the rest of what he says, and he would have to talk about it, the Democrats don't want him to because, yeah, that hurts Biden. Because he's a younger Bernie Sanders who doesn't like COVID shots. That would definitely hurt Biden.
Yeah.
So, I if it was held today when people don't know who he is, then yeah, he hurts Trump. As soon as if they all three got on a stage together, he absolutely buries Biden. They might even literally split the Democrat vote, especially with so many people thinking Biden is too old. And again, Biden's not too old. He doesn't have the cognitive ability. I'll tell you right now, Jack, if Thomas Sowell ran for president, I'd vote for his old ass.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And you can even see with Thomas, he's starting to get that decline. He talks a little bit slower than he used to.
Yeah, he's old as shit, but
yeah, he's like in his 90s, right? Is he 90 or late 80s? I forget.
Yeah, it's still in the ballpark there where he's fucking old.
But I would vote for him despite his age. I wouldn't vote for Biden anyway, but if I did like Biden, if I was a Biden supporter and I'm watching him, there's no way I can cast a vote for this guy.
It'd be pretty tough.
Biden is going to get us into a war just with his fucking mouth.
Yeah, because he's got that old man thing where he can't shut up.
And he's not smart. So you put those two together and make him the leader of the free fucking world.
Yeah, it's a bold gamble, but not one I'd play.
As Americans, we should be able to laugh at Justin Trudeau, but if we're being honest, we really can't because we have Biden.
Yeah.
Fuck. No offense, Canadians, but your prime minister's a fucking retard.
Oh, they know.
He's still better than Biden, though. A cognitive retard versus, I guess, a non-cognitive retard. Hell of a race right there. Yeah, I really do. I think RFK would hurt Biden in the long run. There's so many people who are reading this wrong. Just because they are going. This kind of happened with Trump and Bernie Bros. And it happened with the Libertarian Party and the Bernie Bros. People, they only latch on to one thing somebody says. And like with Trump, he got a boost from Bernie Bros because they were like, fuck the establishment. and they didn't really pay attention to who Trump was until too late in the campaign.
Mhm.
So many people come into this they don't actually pay attention to people's politics. They go based on social media mostly, which
That's
is a
just
scary
sad.
thought.
Yeah.
Anyway, RFK will hurt Biden. He absolutely will. Yeah. I don't think that for conservatives, right? Say you're a DeSantis supporter right now and DeSantis eventually drops out. I can't vote for Trump. I don't see how you could vote for RFK with his stances. I really don't. If I
Not
remember,
you're morally honest with yourself.
yeah, if you're ideologically consistent, I don't see how you can. Isn't he even more for more immigration?
Yeah, he's a big government guy too.
Yeah, he is a hardcore lefty, and as soon as that cat's out of the bag, his support mostly dries up from the would-be Trump supporters. Unless Jack, you have some like the Lincoln Project and Bulwark and those kind of assholes who claim to be, I'm a Republican, but I'm going to vote for Biden. Then you're a retard. I'm just saying. I'm a conservative and I support Biden because he doesn't lie. You're a retard.
Also delusional.
You should just wear a shirt that says I'm a retard so everybody knows what they're dealing with. It's the Christian thing to do, Jack.
It really is. Stop lying to yourself. It's just not helpful.
All right. I'm not done with the show yet. I just wanted to talk a little bit. I saw something weird today.
Oh yeah?
You know the band Three Doors Down, right?
Yeah.
One of my favorite bands. I absolutely love their music. And that dude's voice is so it's got a unique quality to it. But for some reason, an interview he did pops up on my timeline. I was like, oh, cool. Let's go listen to what he has to say. And he started talking. And my brain actually went, what? That dude has a deep Southern accent.
What?
Yeah. He's from like Mississippi down by Biloxi.
What?
Yeah. It's fucking weird. His name is Brad Austin. Brad Austin? Something like that. Look him up and just
generic fucking name I've ever heard.
Right.
Like might as well just say Mr. Midwest.
John Smith. Yeah, you should look him up and listen to it because it really did. It broke my brain. It took me like 5 minutes to be able to listen and go, okay, that's him.
That's weird.
Well, somebody mentioned earlier, we were talking about a hypothetical meetup. Sorry, I just had a donation come through. I do wonder what people think I look like. And because you ever see somebody who you've only heard on the radio and then you see him and you're like, that is not who that goes to. Those
people. I had that with Sinatra.
Yeah, Sinatra's one of those. I would have never pictured him like that.
Yeah, but wow, you look vastly different than my head said.
Bering is the same. Bering, I was like, there, I need to see him actually talk so I know that's him.
Same with Sugar Tits for that matter.
Her voice I could actually get.
Yeah, she was way hotter than I expected.
You hear that, Bering? Jack thought your wife would be ugly.
No, I didn't expect her to be Asian.
He didn't,
for one.
He didn't think you could pull a beautiful chick. Real quick, let me get this. Keldrick, thank you.
What I said.
That's what I heard. Thank you, Keldrick. The Lincoln Project has largely stopped pretending they're in any way conservative because anybody who's honest saw through their bullshit. True story.
Yeah.
But yeah, it just made me think about, when you see somebody's face or see somebody and then you hear him talk and you're like, no, those don't go together. But to have actually heard his voice before and then have that happen, I was like, what the fuck is that? There is no hint of a Southern accent when he sings. And if you hear him talk, he sounds like he should be doing country music. Anyhow, yeah, it was just one of those weird things that happened today.
Wow.
YouTube is responsible for a lot of that with me. where I'm just minding my own fucking business. Another one that happened, I watch my reaction channels.
Oh, you love your reaction channels.
I do indeed. And it pops up. It's a reaction to Barry Sanders' top 50 plays. You don't know who Barry Sanders is, do you?
The football player?
Former football player for the Detroit Lions, bar none, the best running back who's ever played the game. Anybody who says different is biased and wrong. I don't like saying that because there's been a lot of great running backs, and some have even played for the Chargers. But undeniably, best running back to ever play. And this is a guy had never seen Barry play. And I don't know how you're a football player and or a football fan and have never even seen a highlight of Barry Sanders. But watching this guy see what I got to see live, right? And his reaction, like, holy shit, is that real? It was just one of those things. I could not stop watching this guy's reaction to it. Because if you know who he is, and you're a football fan, Barry Sanders was fucking awesome to watch. This little guy, Jack, there's one famous play where like 8 people tackle him, and he gets away and scores a touchdown 50 yards downfield.
Wow.
Yeah. There's just this mass of people on him, and he's just like, nah, bro, and runs through it. He's fucking wonderful to watch if you like football. Thank you, Mighty Balzac. I see Monkey as the Mana dude from the Muppets. Who's that? Mana. I don't know who that is.
I have no idea.
Mana. Yeah, I have no idea. You got to see it, Jack. Jack's not a football fan, so I don't think it would have the same effect that it does on you and me, Eagle.
It would start off with me watching that and slowly drifting to one side as I fell asleep.
Richard Head says Barry Sanders living video game. It's actually funny because I ended up watching like 3 or 4 people do the reactions to it, and almost I think 3 out of the 4 said he looks like somebody controlling a Madden character. The guy was unbelievable, just unbelievable. Let's not forget Trump is a 4-time Nobel Prize nominee. Is that true?
He's been nominated several times for the Abraham Accords, as I recall.
Yeah, I remember he got it for that. Oh, that's right. That it was all like in 1 year too, wasn't it? Or 2 years?
I don't remember how long.
Bubba says Barry Sanders and Emmitt Smith, 2 of my favorite halfbacks to watch. I grew up with Marcus Allen from the Raiders, who was fucking amazing, and Eric Dickerson with the Rams. We had Tomlinson out there with San Diego, Bettis out there in Pittsburgh. Of course, Jim Brown with the Browns, probably the most synchronicity football matchup ever. O.J. Simpson before he became a killer.
Before he got all stabby.
Playing right now, Travis Henry's still fun to watch. That guy's just a fucking beast. But Barry, there was just something special about that guy. Emmitt Smith, I mean, he was great, and he's a good running back, but he had a good front line. He had a great fullback. Barry Sanders played for the fucking Lions, man.
What about Bo? I heard he knows things.
Bo Jackson was actually good, and if he got to play longer, probably would have been one of the greats. He was fun to watch during his time, and absolutely excellent. But I still put Marcus Allen from the Raiders above him, even when they were playing together.
What about Brian Bosworth? Wasn't he a thing?
Bosworth was defense.
I don't know anything about this. I'm just throwing out names I've heard.
I know. Bo Jackson was, yeah. Bo was not fake hype, man. Oh, how did I forget Walter Payton? Oh my God.
Probably the same way I forgot Walter Payton.
How dare you? How dare you? I know you don't know anything, but shut the fuck up. Walter Payton sweetness, man. Oh yeah.
Don't know what that means.
I know you don't. I know.
Is that what some girlfriend called
I gotta
him?
get a friend who likes football, for fuck's sake.
I'm sorry, dude. I tried watching football. I've got lots of friends that love football. And they all try and get me to watch games. I'll sit there and I'm bored out of my goddamn mind, staring at this people running back and forth and stopping every 30 seconds.
I would never try to get somebody into football who doesn't like it, who doesn't show any interest. Because it's like trying to get somebody to watch your favorite movie when they're like, I don't want to watch that. Yeah. And then they finally do, and it doesn't have the meaning for them, and it's just a letdown for everybody.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you're not interested in it, yeah, I would never go, oh, you have to see this. But I do need a friend who likes football. Where's Bloodwing when I need him? In all seriousness, I hope Blood's good. I haven't heard from him in a while.
Did he retire?
Yeah. But J-Kid used to come on the streams when I was on Twitch, but I haven't had a chance to talk to him in a long time either. So and last I'd heard, Blood had he had major surgery. He was recovering okay, but hey, Blood, if you're out there, say hi sometime just so we know you're all right.
Yeah, man.
No, I will not watch a movie called Debbie Does Dallas.
That's the only type of football movie I'd watch.
You need to get Badger on. Talking football with Badger. No, I won't talk football with Badger.
I would have to check out at that point because you two talk a lot of sports stuff.
Badger has almost an autistic mind for football.
Yeah, almost.
It's amazing. He knows all kinds of stats and stuff. I love arguing with him. Badger's really fun to argue with because you can rile him up easily.
He also can defend himself because he knows so much about it.
Yes, he does. And he is really fun to talk football with, but he makes me feel stupid on the subject. And having a German from Germany know more about your favorite sport is just kind of humbling. Like, shut up, I don't care. My brother's like that. My little brother, he's got like an encyclopedic knowledge of sports that he likes, including football. And so we can have surface level discussions, but then he starts getting into the weeds, and I'm like, yeah, that was great. You know, what do you say when you don't know, right? I'm like that I'm more of a jack of all trades, Jack, where I'm not super knowledgeable about any one thing. I have general knowledge about a lot of shit.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are like that.
Yeah, it allows you to have some good conversations, and then you'll run into somebody who's an expert, and they take the fun out of it.
Yeah, I can understand that.
AP's Canadian girlfriend has ruined him. He likes hockey now. Oh, come on, AP. Actually, I used to like hockey until they gated up and made it so he couldn't fight as much.
I'm pretty sure he liked hockey before her. He just wasn't like big into it.
Yeah, at least she didn't turn him on to soccer. My wife almost has me watching soccer because I watched that what's the name of that show? Where Mac from Always Sunny in Philadelphia and Ryan Reynolds went and bought that team overseas.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they actually kind of got me like, oh man, I'm almost watching. I don't care about this fucking go score. You know what I mean? Fucking wife. Damn women. They will ruin you, fellas. They will ruin you.
With their hypnotic vaginal juices.
And it's subtle too. She's just like, this is a good show. Wrexham, that's it. Welcome to Wrexham. It's a good show. It actually is. And it doesn't focus as much on the soccer, at least the first season. You don't see a whole lot of the soccer. It's more of the behind the scenes. It's like watching a sports movie, Jack, rather than watching the sport itself.
Oh.
So there's backstory and stuff, and there's drama and highs and lows, which doesn't happen in soccer because it's like 4 hours of people kicking a ball and never scoring.
Hey, they occasionally throw themselves on the ground and pretend they got hurt.
Dude, I saw this thing on Twitter. It was how women react versus how men react. And it's soccer. And these women, they hurt somebody and then they like do the worst manly man impression you've ever seen. Like, yeah, bitch, take it. And then they show the men, and when they actually hurt each other, they stop. I'm like, dude, are you all right? Like, they'll stop the fucking game, even though somebody gets hurt. Nobody's called it for anything, but the player's seen it, and he'll just stop, kick the ball out of bounds so they can go take care of the guy.
Yeah.
This is what happens when women try to be like men. Y'all get it wrong.
Because women are psycho.
Sportsmanship is a thing, or should be.
No, they pull hair and they're going to claw at each other's faces. The ref comes over. He's getting some too. Yeah, no, women, they don't hold back when they throw down. So,
oh, with the Barry Sanders thing, Barry Sanders was a very humble guy, Jack.
oh, yeah.
When Barry Sanders scored a touchdown, you know what he would do with the ball?
Spike it and dance.
He handed it to the ref and then went over to the sideline.
Oh, like you're supposed to do?
Many people have mentioned this way. It's he acted like he'd scored before.
Oh, yeah.
And one of the younger guys that I watching this thing, he said, he's that good and he didn't even celebrate? Like, yeah, asshole, that's how it used to be because it's your fucking job to score a touchdown.
Yeah, it's professionalism.
Now they have choreographed routines they do. It's pathetic. What happened to sportsmanship? Jesus fuck. You're supposed to score. That's your job. They pay you millions of dollars to do that. And you're like, yeah, I finally fucking did what I also did yesterday and the day before. I hate what they've done to football in that regard. I used to get in trouble for that shit. And then they were finally like, well, the fans seem to like it.
Ugh.
It's so bad they've added it to the Madden game. You can actually pick which dance you do at the end when you score a touchdown.
Oh, that's dumb.
Oh, we're wasting our lives. But yeah, he was a very humble guy too. That's sorely needed we need somebody like that. We don't really have anybody like that anymore. In any sport where they're just like, yeah, that's my job. I scored. I'm gonna go get a burrito. You know?
Now it's about showmanship. It's not about playing the game.
I found I like football when it fell off my screen before I could read it. I hate when that happens. Sorry, Tyra. Give me just a second. I'm reloading my screen here. Thank you, Tyra, who says, I found I like football when I got the day off if I watched it. I've just always enjoyed the game. I grew up with it. It was a big thing in our house when I was young. And, you know, it's a very impressionable thing when you live in a city and they have a major team, because we lived in San Diego.
Mm-hmm.
And you actually get the rivalries and stuff, and you get to be there live for it. And if you like football,
well, good luck doing that in an Ohio State game. If you're a Michigan fan, you may not make it out alive.
Well, the Chargers play the Raiders a couple of times a year, and occasionally, you know, Charger fans don't make it home. So I understand.
Yeah. It's great when Ohio State wins and the Ohio State fans trash Columbus.
Thanks.
Like, it's your town, idiots.
I don't get that with college ball. One, I'm not a big fan of college ball. I don't hate it, but it's like watching the WNBA to me. I want to watch the best of the best. I'm going to watch the pros. I get the appeal if you like football. Watching high school or college ball can be fun just for the game itself. But I'm not invested.
Game?
What's that?
They're going there for the game?
Yeah.
I thought they were there to see the tight young men.
No. That's what the chicks are there for.
Oh, no, I don't know. Some of those dudes that hang around high school football games, like
the chicks and the teachers. But I've never got that with the college ball, and especially in games like that, because like we just had this State versus U of M game, and I get it. There's a big rivalry and everything, but those games are never like championship games. It's just a game. It's, you know, that week's game, but they treat it like it's the biggest thing ever. We hate you guys because you learn at a different school than us.
Yeah.
You take easy classes at Ohio State instead of Michigan State, fucker.
Yeah, how dare you have different colors than our team?
Yeah. Do not badmouth the WNBA. You will anger their fan. Well played. You're not wrong. I'm more of a fan of football. I love football. I do. I miss playing. I never played in a organized setting, Jack. We just had pickup games and stuff. I like throwing a football. What else we got? I've heard from Americans that college football is better than the NFL. It's an argument about the purity of the game. If you want to see the best played football, find a decent high school team. Like somewhere in Texas where they take football seriously.
Way too seriously.
But these kids are still playing for fun. And then in college, it's a little bit more playing for fun, but you have some who are looking to go pro and some who are just, that's how they paid to get into college. But I like the elite. And you'll have somebody like, say, we talked about Barry Sanders. Barry Sanders in one of his college years ran for, was it 3,200 yards? The most ever run in the NFL is like 2,100. Clearly, he's not playing against the same caliber of talent when he can get 1,000 more yards. So yeah, I prefer to watch the best of the best. That's all. I get that. So like Varsity Blues, I love Varsity Blues. It is such an angsty movie. I don't want your life, which is one of the stupidest fucking lines I've ever heard in my life.
I wanted them to all get run over when they were laying in the roadway.
Yeah.
Like this movie needs a slasher aspect to it because it sucks.
But there's part of it that I love and I don't know why. Maybe it is the football aspect of it. Fuck, I like Necessary Roughness, and that movie's dumb as shit. Scott Bakula going back to college to play football.
Oh yeah.
That could have been a good movie, but they went too over the top with it. Like they had a guy who did samurai stuff he did karate on the football field. Like swing and a miss.
Yeah, a little too goofy.
Do you like sports movies at all?
Not really.
No?
Slapshot. I like Slapshot.
Oh, Slapshot was good.
Yeah, it was a funny movie.
What about something like Bull Durham or Major League?
No.
Really?
Yeah, I was bored. Major League was okay, but it's not a movie I'm gonna even watch if it's on. Somebody else would have to be watching it when I showed up. I guess we're watching this.
I've probably seen Major League 50 times.
Seen A League of Their Own. That was garbage.
The only part of A League of Their Own that is good is John Lovitz when he says that he's going to go home and give his wife a pickle tickle.
Yeah. Well, John Lovitz is hilarious.
He's great in that movie. The rest of the movie's okay, but he steals the show in the first 10 minutes and then they get rid of him.
Yeah. Yeah, some of them are okay. They're just not my kind of thing. Like Field of Dreams was okay. Bull Durham was okay. I never saw Tin Cup or Bagger Vance. I can't watch golf movies, dude. I can't watch golf.
And I understand that, but Tin Cup is one of my favorite movies, sports movies especially. It's kind of like Bull Durham, but he's a little bit grungier, and Cheech Marin is there, which just makes it great. It is a really good movie if you like sports movies and can watch golf movies or golf things. But yeah, I fucking love Tin Cup.
I liked Billy Madison.
I've never seen Billy Madison. I am not a Adam Sandler fan.
Was that the one where he was playing golf?
That was Happy Gilmore, wasn't it?
Oh, Happy Gilmore. Yeah, I like that one. That was okay.
I know his movies. I don't watch them.
Yeah, that one had some funny parts. They're kind of the thing you watch when you want to shut your brain off.
Every time he would come on Saturday Night Live, I would go do something else because that man annoys the shit out of me.
Oh, he's annoying on Saturday Night Live.
He is just annoying. He's like Jim Carrey, but not funny. In my opinion, I know there's a lot. I probably pissed somebody off out there because I know there's Adam Sandler fans out there. I found him to be so annoying. I'm just gonna leave that at he's
Yeah,
annoying.
I got nothing to add because I get it. Like he's like Will Ferrell for me. You have to be in a
Yes.
specific mood to watch him. Beyond that, he's just moderately annoying.
I also had a friend who kind of looked like him who annoyed the shit out of me too.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense, actually.
Yeah. I
We've all
think,
known somebody kind of like Adam Sandler.
and the problem is they seem to all have that same look, like Ross from Friends. Why do all those annoying pricks look like that?
Are you talking about the Jews again? Or...
No, oh my God, is that what it is? Because they're Jewish? Netanyahu
No,
doesn't look like that.
You just mentioned two Jewish people.
My friend in high school absolutely was not Jewish, and he looked like Adam Sandler and Ross from Friends had a baby.
Ew,
Yeah.
that's an ugly guy.
And by the way, he was one of my best friends too, but he was annoying as hell.
Yeah, we've all had spurgy friends like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Ross always looked like a douchebag.
Ross was a douchebag. And I have a feeling David Schwimmer is like that in real life too. You ever see Band of Brothers?
Yeah, great show.
He's in the first episode. He pops back up a couple of other times, and he just plays this prick of a drill sergeant.
Yeah, that sounds right.
And yeah, it's like, yeah, that's how I picture that guy. He's just a cocksucker. And for the record, David Schwimmer might be a nice guy. I have no idea.
No, I doubt it.
But I do judge people based on their looks because of other people I've met in my life. Eagle says thumbs up to Band of Brothers. Band of Brothers was fucking excellent. There was only one episode that I really didn't care for, and it's the one where they have the guy that's in that has the shell shock.
Oh yeah.
Just a little too artsy fartsy for me, but goddamn, that was a well produced series.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I still haven't seen the other one they did. That's based on the Pacific War, or the war in the Pacific during World War II. What's the name of that one?
That one wasn't as good, but it was still good. It's definitely watchable.
Do they do that one based on the Marines, or I mean,
I don't remember. It's been a decade since I watched it.
I would imagine it had things like Iwo Jima and oh shit, what else happened down there? So all the shit that happened over there in the Pacific. It's called the Pacific, is it? Okay. Yeah, it's one I want to see because they did so well with Band of Brothers, but I've just never had the opportunity, honestly.
Yeah, I'm sure it's on some streaming service somewhere.
Pacific is amazing. It was the Marines. Yeah, that's what I've figured, because it'd be hard to do a series like that on the Navy, even though they had some massive naval battles that were literally war changing. I just don't know if you could get the same emotion as watching guys get, capped in the head running up Omaha Beach or San Juan Hill. I don't know if San Juan Hill was in that. I'm so tired right now, Jack. But like, especially something like the fighting there in Iwo Jima and where Mr. Miyagi was from, Okinawa. What? He was from there.
I know.
It's a big plot point.
Yeah.
And don't they go back there? That's what Karate Kid 2 was, right? They go over to Okinawa.
Yeah. Is it 2 or 3? I don't even know.
Have you seen Flags of Our Fathers? No, but it's on my list. It's on my list of things I want to watch. That's the Eastwood one, right?
I don't know.
Saw Saving Private Ryan early show with a bunch of World War II vets. It was emotional. I cannot imagine watching that with World War II vets. I feel like the whole crowd would just turn into a tear.
Oh, maybe.
That movie's hard to watch, man. I love it. I did love it, but yeah, it's hard to watch. One of my sons, it's one of their favorite movies. They watched it like repeatedly, and I'm like, don't you want to watch something funny? This is depressing. He liked that. He liked Shawshank Redemption. What was the other one? The Green Mile. Those were the 3 movies he really, really liked and watched all the time.
Jeez.
Like, are you going to become a serial killer?
Yeah. Move it up there, yeah.
I joined the VFW this past weekend, finally. Well, thank you for your service. And congratulations. My dad was a member of the VFW around here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Vietnam, man. He signed up during Vietnam. Bubba Hotep says, so he liked crying. I can't fault him for the movies. They're good movies.
Yeah, well, just watch the end of Old Yeller on a loop too.
Right? Give me Deer Hunter. Oh, God, no, that movie. Deer Hunter is a movie you watch once, and then you're like, no. It's like Deliverance, man. No, never again. That movie traumatized me. When they do the Russian roulette, oh fuck, man.
Yeah, that's pretty fucked up.
A little too graphic, honestly. A little bit.
A little bit.
The dude at the start carrying his own arm, a detached arm, yeah, and Saving Private Ryan, yeah. That the beach landing there in Normandy. I don't remember if that was Omaha or Utah Beach that they're on in that scene. That's as close as I ever want to be to war.
Yeah. That was just a meat grinder.
Oh, okay, you didn't serve? Then I take back my thank you for your service, but I said both grandfathers did. I still have the right to join. That's awesome. I have a lot of respect for our vets, man. You know what, though? It's not a shield from all criticism. And I hate when people treat it that way, like they did with McCain.
Oh, yeah. Black Rifle Coffee has that problem, too. They hide behind their service all the time.
I have respect for what you did. It doesn't mean I have respect for what you do. Those are two different things. John Kerry served, and he's a cocksucker.
Yeah. John Kerry, John McCain hid behind his service.
I have a lot of respect for what McCain went through there and the fact that he turned down getting released to stay with the other guys. I have a lot of respect for that. I really do. But he was a cocksucker.
Maverick reached across the aisle.
Respect for what he did, not for what he was doing, when he was hiding behind that shit. I love the movie Mystic River. Which one's Mystic River?
Is that the Sean Penn one that Clint Eastwood directed?
If it is, I never watched it because it has Sean Penn in it.
Yeah, I don't like Sean Penn.
I don't like him. He's got a punchable face, and this isn't even his politics. He's one of those people I just cannot watch. He was on a couple of episodes of Friends, and when his scenes come up, I will fast forward. The guy just irritates me.
Yeah, I kind of hate him too. I get it.
Whenever I see Dismemberment, I always have Bone Song running through my head. I don't know what that is. The Bone Song.
The hip bone is connected to the...
Oh, maybe that one. Okay. The hip bone's connected to the ball bone. The ball bone's connected to the baby maker stick.
I don't think there's an actual bone in there just because you get a boner.
You can break it, though.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And that's amazing that you can break your penis.
Do not look up videos of that.
Oh, it's fucking horrible.
It will haunt you forever.
No. See, I'm gonna stop you. Watch it. Go look it up. If you've never seen a broken penis,
no,
check it out. You're right. It'll haunt you. It will make you take better care of your penis. I have a few pics I can show you on Twitter. Hopefully not about the broken penis thing.
Yeah, no, I don't want to see
I've
that.
seen it.
I will block you.
I'm gonna be honest. I've seen a lot of weird sexual problems. Because when I came of age, Jack, I decided I needed to learn everything about sex. Mm-hmm. And so I read a lot of books. And I've seen some stuff that will... Haunting is the only way to say it.
Yeah.
You close your eyes and you see a vagina with no opening, and you just can't get it out of your head. It looks like an eye that never opened. It's fucking scary.
Horror movie material.
And she didn't even shave. She had a 70s bush in the picture I saw, and it looked like a horror, like a, you said horror monster. Yeah, it looked like like Audrey 2 from Little Shop of Horrors. But the mouth wouldn't open. It was just flat. Don't look up weird sexual stuff, guys. Keldrig, thank you. The problem with a lot of vets that end up in government is they become war hawks if they weren't already. I don't have a problem with people in government who are for making a strong military for security. But yeah, you're right. A lot of them do go, no, we got to go kill everybody. Kind of like Nikki Haley, because she was in the UN, so now she thinks everybody needs to die.
Yeah, same Dan Crenshaw.
What the fuck happened to you, lady? We don't need to solve everybody's problems. We can't even do our own. How are we going to solve the world's problems when we can't fix our own?
She's been getting a lot of airtime on Fox News.
Oh, she's been getting airtime everywhere. They love Nikki Haley.
Yeah, because she's a rhino.
They like Haley because they think she's going to knock out DeSantis and Ramaswamy and Christie, and that she'll be easy for Trump to beat.
I don't know. I the way Sean Hannity was talking to her, I'm like,
oh,
get a fucking room, dude.
In fairness, you're right. There are some diehard believers. Hannity's, I don't know what the fuck that dude's problem. You know what his problem is? Rush died, and now he doesn't know what to think.
That's probably accurate.
It's true.
He's shaped more and more like a potato every day.
He lost his source material.
Yeah.
Faithless says she has no chance. She has no chance, none. But they are pumping her up as the heir apparent, and I don't know what. Christie is probably a better candidate than she is.
Yeah.
If I'm just being honest.
Yeah, he's a better politician than she is.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, Eagle, you're not wrong. DeSantis is doing a pretty good job of dropping his own poll numbers.
DeSantis, whoever is advising, look, DeSantis isn't going to beat Trump. The Democrats have given Trump way too much help. This could have been a close race if there weren't so many people in it, and the Democrats weren't actively trying to get DeSantis out so that they can run against Trump. Again, it's a mistake because Trump's going to beat him. But watching what they're doing is whoever is advising DeSantis should never be around politics again. And if I remember correctly, oh, thank you, Alan, who says morning. Good morning.
Morning, Alan.
If I remember correctly, his campaign manager is this chick who they just kind of know, and she helped on this. She helped on his last state run. You can't judge your win in 2022 as something that you could repeat on the national level. He'd have to look back at 2018 because Florida was running so well in 2022. I mean, there's no way DeSantis was losing that race. Any retard could have won that race. And apparently any retard did, because the shit that they're advising him on is just fucking stupid. Again, Republicans, if you want any chance, if you don't want to be really embarrassed, stop distancing yourself from Trump so much.
Yeah, I think one of DeSantis' problems is that he keeps alienating Trump supporters instead of winning them over.
Yeah.
His campaign seems to be just insulting them. That's dumb.
The way everybody should be running, and look, they should run how they actually feel. Like Chris Christie, as big of a dick as he is, at least I think he's being honest that he just hates Trump and he wants to be a spoiler there. He just wants to give Trump shit. He's not even making any kind of bones about it. He's just like, nah, man, fuck Trump. And I can respect that, even if I think he's stupid. But if you really wanted to win, you need to go in there and go, look, Trump did a good job. He's got some baggage. And here's where I'm going to improve what he did. Now that's still hard because you have Trump there and Trump, but I can do it. And you go, but you didn't. So look, this is how I'm going to get done what you didn't get done. Yeah. You don't go out there and go, fuck that guy you guys all like. He's an asshole. And if you like him, you're an asshole.
Yeah. And You see it so much with diehard Trump supporters and DeSantis supporters. They're just tearing each other down. And DeSantis' proxies seem to think that that was a good idea. So they started going after Trump supporters, and it's blown up in their face every time. And they show selectively edited videos. Stop doing that shit. You're not winning anyone over, you idiots. That's why your poll numbers are tanking.
You know what's going to be what's really interesting? Whether or not Trump wins in 2024, he's not going to be there for 2028. He's either going to be too old to run again if he, loses this time.
Yeah.
Or he'll have been president 2 times and he can't run again.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see what happens to Republicans in 2028. Whoever Trump gets for his VP will be the heir apparent, of course, if he wins. But especially if Trump doesn't win, it was just said in Danger said, I'm annoyed at DeSantis for running this time. How many former Trump opponents have a presidential chance anymore? Typically, losing a presidential election wouldn't disqualify you from ever running again. We've seen lots of people who ran for Reagan ran for president more than once. Nixon. Oh yeah, Nixon ran against JFK, and then there's Johnson, and then Nixon comes in when he finally wins.
Yeah.
Biden is one who'd ran before. Bush hadn't. Clinton hadn't. I don't think. Oh, George H.W. Bush ran against Reagan. So losing a presidential primary didn't used to be disqualifying, but come 2028, I already said I don't think DeSantis would have a chance because he'd be off the national stage. But even if he did, I don't think he does anymore. Once Trump has destroyed you politically, can you ever be a Republican presidential candidate?
Maybe he'd have to do a little bit of image consulting, get rebrand himself a little bit.
I don't know what's going to happen with the Republican Party after Trump goes away.
I don't know. I think it's a good question. It depends how many rhinos are still around. Real quick though, thank you, Alan, for the donation. He says, "Morning, Alan. Hope you're doing well."
Darth Kane says, "Hey, I caught the show live." Yeah, we've been going for almost 3 hours because I'm just going to be honest with the audience, Jack. I am in an ass load of pain, and this actually takes my mind off of it. So me rambling right now is because I can't use my arms, so I can't go game. And this is kind of medicine for me. So yeah, my bad luck is your good luck. Yeah, it just came out of nowhere. My left shoulder, my Phoebe shoulder. I'm just going to call it that from now on because that's where she sits. I'm very curious to see what happens, Jack, when the baby comes. Because
jealousy, that's what happens.
And the kids now, I don't pick them up all that much because, well, they're getting bigger and I'm a cripple. But when they're babies, I love holding the baby and rocking them, and my voice puts him to sleep, and I put him up on Phoebe's shoulder. She's gonna hate this child. I mean,
that's my shoulder.
Yeah, she's gonna be like, "Why does that smell like baby?" You know the weird thing though, as standoffish as she is with the kids, she loves sitting in their car seats.
Yeah, because she's claiming it as her own. This is mine now.
Oh, maybe that's what it is. Yeah, she's like, that smells like baby. I'm gonna make it smell like me.
Yeah. Or there's like food crumbs in there.
No, she just sleeps in them. She loves sleeping in them.
Yeah, I'm taking this over. This is mine now.
Did you know car seats can expire?
I did not know that.
That's the actual term for it. They have something like a 5-year expiration date on them. Just because of like new safety standards and stuff.
I figured the plastic got weak.
You got the new safety standards and like, no, that'll kill your baby. Get this one. There's nothing sadder than a car seat recall. Because you realize that means somebody's kid died in that thing?
Yeah, same with the little carriages, strollers, I guess they're called now.
Yeah.
Wow. I just wandered back to the 1800s there for a second. Sorry.
Oh, that's what they are. They're carriages. They're strollers. They're depends on what kind, actually, I believe. I like the old strollers because I always like to picture the grown-up babies in there from like Roger Rabbit and
Bugs Bunny.
Austin Powers too, and that kind of stuff. I just like those old ones because you see a middle finger pop up and it makes me laugh every time. There are a few things funnier than a baby just on their own giving somebody the middle finger.
Yeah.
They don't mean to do it. It's just, they move there. My middle granddaughter, she points with her middle finger.
Fuck that one over there.
Fuck you.
Fuck that.
You. Look, Dad, a plane. Please put that hand down.
That pilot's like, there's this kid flipping me off.
Yeah, she can't break her of it. She points with that finger. And I'm on her side, actually, because I feel like most things I want to point at, I'm giving the finger anyway. That's endearing. Oh man. You know what? I saw a great video tonight that shows something that we talk about a lot.
Oh yeah.
How children react to positive reinforcement.
Oh.
It's this little girl. She's like maybe 1.5, 2 years old. And her mom is filming her, and her mom says, "Hi, baby." And she says back, "Hi, baby." And the mom laughs. So the kid just keeps repeating that over and over again because it gets that positive reinforcement from mom.
Yeah.
And this is happening at like less than 2 years old. And they're like, "No, it's not the way that their parents are treating them and reacting to it. They're actually trans." Like, no, you're fucking stupid. I mean, this is simple stuff. We're not even talking about deep biology here. It's just simple human behavior. People like to be they like affirmation, Jack.
Well, of course. That's why it's gender affirmation.
We all like affirmation. Nobody likes to be told, "You suck." There's people who claim they do, but they're lying to themselves and everybody else to try to, make up for sucking.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, anyway, I think I am going to wrap up here at the 3-hour mark, Jack. It might be time for Grandpa's medicine, if I'm being honest.
Oh.
I just need to sleep off what's ever going on in my body right now. I didn't do nothing to it. I get frustrated at these times, Jack, because if I did something, it's like, okay, I played too hard with the kids or whatever, but I sat all day.
Hey, at our age, you turn wrong and you're gonna pull something. So
I didn't even turn.
You don't know that. You don't know that. You might have done it in your sleep. You might have done that with your Phoebe shoulder.
I just fucking sat there. Now, hopefully, our connection is good enough, or my connection is good enough, that this video plays so you can see all the cuteness that is involved here.
Yeah. It's
apparently, this is some challenge people are doing with their cats. They're putting a little treat right next to its head while it sleeps.
Yeah, you remember the one with the kitten, and they put the little like squeeze stuff, the tube of squeezy stuff. I don't know what they're fucking called, but it looks like a ketchup packet. They squeezed it out, and the cat woke up and went ape shit over it. This a variation on that.
Yeah. Kitty cat can sniff it.
Yeah, his little mouth going.
Look how big his tongue is. I'm trying to catch it.
He's dreaming about it. Ah, delicious flavors.
Nummy, 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 num. And you awake now. You're like, oh yeah, baby. That's adorable.
I thought so.
Can you imagine waking up people that way? You just put a big plate of food next to their head.
Yeah, you wake up, there's a pizza next to you. Like, oh my God, it's real.
Nummy. I wouldn't mind waking up that way. Unless it was like Brussels sprouts, because that smells like ass. And be like, who farted in here?
No, these are treats, monkey. Treats, not
treats. Yes. Wake up with a Snicker bar next to me. Anyway, did you throw that link in the chat for me? Good.
Yes, it did.
Yeah, that's adorable. And we're going to leave on that on a good note. So, ladies and gentlemen, thanks so much for hanging out with us tonight. Thank you for the donations. You guys are awesome. Thank you for being my medicine.
That's a
You-
creepy thing to say. You're my
I
medicine.
maybe, but it's
Ooh.
true. You guys are better than any opioid I've ever had. So I appreciate that. Jack, anything you want to show?
I got nothing today. I'll have some
What?
videos up tomorrow.
Why is Lady Monkey up already?
Um,
Huh. Well, anyway, my wife's up, so I'm going to go see her. So thanks for watching, guys. Jack, a pleasure as always.
I'm always glad to be here. Thanks for the donations, everybody. You're awesome.
Guys, have yourselves a wonderful day, and we will see y'all next time. Take care.
Bye, everybody.
Goodbye, everyone. Get the hell out of my chat. The show is over, and it's done.